Hey everybody! I had to figure out which camera I was looking at. Hey everybody! Welcome back to our actual play that we have going for Part-Time Gods. We did have to take a few weeks off. Some was rescheduling due to meetings. Others was not feeling good. So I think one of those weeks was like Aloy didn't feel like it. So that's what it is. But we are back and we are ready to play again. So we have Crystal, who is playing Dr. Cricket. I actually need to change the overlay to say Dr. Cricket. We have Ray playing Kayla. We have Martin playing Leo and Damani playing Hector. Do any of you remember the last things that happened, or do I need to go back into my notes?
I think I remember.
We had a talk. There were a whole bunch of missing satyrs. There were satyrs who wished we had gone missing after some unusual lines of conversation.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There were an interesting discussion about the connoisseurship of worms with a seagull, and we kind of had some leads on where some of the satyrs might be taken hostage or something like that.
All right. So to summarize, a satyr named Philip had come to you and asked you guys to find his missing father, and his father Ulysses, and also disclosed that it was part of many satyrs going missing. So you guys were trying to kind of track down some information here, there, and everywhere. So we also did find some. We found that, if I recall, there was Russell who worked at the mall, Kim who worked at the aquarium, and Shantae who was kidnapped at a playground, and I think we had said that there was not really a pattern to. Oh no, we did say that we had said that there was a pattern, that they were all kind of happening around the vicinity of the Oracle Institute.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, I was able to divine that from the locations of where they were at.
Right.
And we know that Ulysses received a payoff from there, right? Or received funds from there. Is that correct?
Correct.
Am I remembering
Yeah.
properly?
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, he had a check from that place.
Cool.
But it doesn't look like we had determined where that was on the map, so we hadn't gotten that far. So, but yeah, all right. Well then, do we remember where you guys all were? Let me see. All right, so yeah, so if I recall, Kayla and Cricket, Dr. Cricket, were both at Philip's house. Martin was at the aquarium. And Hector, where did you go?
Let's see. Ooh, where was the? I remember I got a phone call about Shantae's mom, Mercy. I'm trying to remember where it was. Wasn't it the mall?
Yeah, she. Well, no. She. You okay? That was the last thing that happened. Is that you went to go see? God, what's his name?
Mr. Saul.
Mr. Saul. Yes, you went to go see Mr. Saul. And Mr. Saul gave you the information about Shantae and Mercy. That was the last thing. So you're up at Mr. Saul's right now. All right, cool. Well, then let's continue. Well, I guess we should probably figure out. All right, so where are our where's our free time and wealth at? So let's do Crystal. Your free time and wealth right now, Crystal?
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to open up Adobe. It's giving me a hard time. So come back to me.
I've got mine, although just to be clear, Twitch is where we're doing this, right? I'm still seeing us as offline, but that might be my computer being old and decrepit.
Oh, no, you're right. Hold on. Edit. There we go. We should be live on Twitch now. I forgot to select Twitch when I was sitting the stream. Now we're there.
Hi,
everybody. We should be on Twitch now. That's funny too, because I had Twitch up on my thing. Yeah, so we're live now. Yay! All right, everybody. We're here for the game, and we did already kind of a recap, but I wasn't streaming here, so I'm sorry.
Satyrs are disappearing. We have to help them.
That works.
Exactly.
We're
That's a
bad
nice
at
summary.
investigating. We're learning. We're not skilled yet.
Yes. So Martin, what is your free time wealth right now?
So my free time, I think I've used 3 of them out of 5, so I've got 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
And wealth is 2 out of 4.
So you're at 2-2. All right.
Yep.
And Damani or Ray?
Kayla has 1 free time left and 4 wealth left.
Or wealth?
She's got a lot of money.
So far.
Yeah.
I have the exact opposite of that. I have 4 free time and 1 wealth.
Love it. And Crystal?
All right, so I have 1 free time and 4 wealth.
Okay. That is where we're at the beginning of the session. We also have a Pantheon pool of 4.
Cool.
Because we always start with a number of players. Okay, well, very cool. So then, essentially, going into the next scene, you'll each give me a free time and tell me where you're going.
So, Eloy, I'm still new to Part-Time Gods.
Sure.
Once we run out of free time,
when you run out of free time, then your bonds and stuff start coming and asking for help or assistance, or you have to spend time with other things.
And I'm trying to remember, can we turn money into free time or no?
You can't turn money into free time, but if you run into situations where you need to get somewhere quick, you can spend free time to, like, when you're traveling across town. But instead of spending that, you can spend money instead. You just don't get as much out of it.
Gotcha. Okay, so in when I have 1 free time left, is the right move to, like, go to work?
So
like,
the question would be
massage those relationships.
Well, the question would be whether there's something important happening, right? So if there's something important happening, then you might want to just go ahead and do the next scene to do the thing that you want to do.
Gotcha.
And then after that, deal with, because right now you don't need any more money. Like, I think you're maxed out on money,
correct.
Right? So going to work is only going to fill you, I believe it's going to give you like 1 free time back. So
it's the best way to get free time back?
To engage with your bonds and stuff.
Okay, I think
that's the way the game is set up is you run out of free time, you engage, and then you get a bunch of it back.
So I think then what Kayla's going to do, because I don't feel like our investigation has a huge head of steam yet.
Okay.
Is I feel like what Kayla's going to do is she's going to go, maybe 2 birds with 1 stone. She's going to go talk to Santa Gisselmund.
Okay.
Because he's one of her bonds.
All right.
And kind of check in with him and see if he's heard anything about this and that sort of thing.
Where do you normally hang out with him?
I think
meet him in a bar or
no. We talked about this. We hang out at at IKEA.
Oh, that's right.
We get bad IKEA food.
Oh god,
because it's very inexpensive. That's where we hang out.
It makes you
ruin our IKEA sponsorship.
Hold on, I have to check here. I believe, did I put the IKEA on the map? It looks like I didn't. It looks like I didn't put it on there.
I mean,
so terrible.
I'm always willing to go to IKEA no matter where it is. That's a non-issue.
Then I'm going to roll randomly for where IKEA is.
Love it. You don't have to do this often. In
like my IKEA, then it is on the other side of town.
Sure, 100%. Yeah,
I hate our IKEA for that. They need to be closer, damn it. I would go there all the time if it was, though. So it's
it's probably for the best. That is not
for me.
So do you want it to be 1-10 or 10-1?
Oh gosh, I think someone else picked. Where would be the more interesting place for it to be?
Well, it's more just so because I didn't actually determine, but I rolled a 10 and a 1, so it's either going to be. Hold on a sec.
I mean, ideally, if he could not be completely alone, away from everything, I think that'd be cooler. But I don't know.
So let's see. So yeah, so if we're looking here,
yeah,
110 is up here, and 101 is over here.
I mean, I think they both look fine.
Right
110, there's more stuff around, but doesn't matter to me.
And right now, you guys are at 8-7. This is where you're at right now.
Okay.
So it's actually kind of the same distance to either
Sure.
place.
I mean, whichever place you like, Galila, it's all good.
I am going to say it's going to be 110 then.
Cool.
So 8-7. So that's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, so basically you can move 4 for free. So you'd have to spend 2 wealth as well in order
Sure.
to.
I will take a cab to IKEA.
That's pretty
I'll
much
take
it.
an Uber. I'll take an Uber to IKEA.
You paid for an Uber, it got you there faster.
Cool.
All right, cool. Well then, so you're gonna go hang out with Santa.
Yep.
I like it. What is anybody else gonna do?
To try to smooth things over, I wanted to give Philip a call, and because I'm sure I probably have gotten a frantic text of some sorts. I just want to kind of find out what sort of foods or snacks that the kids like, so I could send like a DoorDash over there with the "my bad" note or something like that. Hey, here's some dessert on me. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, my
I'm gonna
associates
say
are
that you
terrible.
can do that. I'm gonna say that you can do that in between scenes.
Okay.
So that because phone, I usually try to say that like phone calls and stuff, like they're not going to require a scene for you to do that. Like you can call somebody while you're on your way somewhere else.
It's like, hey, that's my bad. I'm so sorry.
So where are you going, and then we'll handle your call.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I don't think I've gotten the information as far as like where the next one's going to be at yet. So
you do have the location of Mercy, which was Shantae's mom. So you could
Yes.
go and interview her if you wanted to.
Yes, I'm gonna head towards Mercy.
Okay. So you were at 8-2, and she is at 3-8. So not particular. Do you have any special moving things? Any travel things?
Do not, unfortunately.
Okay. That's Martin that has that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Flying is the only way to travel.
All right, so it's 10 spots for you to move. So you get 4 for free.
Mhm.
So for 6, you can basically spend either 2 wealth, 2 free time, or a combination, 1 and 1 to get there.
Ow. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make that.
All the
full
shit
time.
that you guys are doing is just way on the other side of town at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Okay, so I'm sitting at like 4-1 right now. 4 free time and 1 wealth. Ooh, God.
yeah, so it's going to cost you 1 free time to go.
Mhm.
So now that brings you already down to 3, and then you can spend 1 wealth and 1 free time, or 2 free time.
Let's go 2 free time.
Okay, that brings you down to 1 and 1. All right, cool. Real quick, I need you to do. Oh well, all right. So we're gonna bring you down to 0 now in terms of wealth because you're gonna do a DoorDash. And by doing that DoorDash, that's going to allow you to make a roll to maybe smooth something over with what was his name, Eric, if I recall.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and make a. What kind of roll do you think that would be?
Oh,
You.
maybe influence or empathy.
Gonna definitely be influence, and then if you're like begging for forgiveness, that's empathy. If you're like, no, I didn't even know those people, then that would be deception.
It's like, looking at the stats here, I'm gonna go with the begging.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, go ahead and make that roll, and we'll see if you can make up for Dr. Cricket and Kayla.
Okay, 3, 4, and 2 9s.
3, 4, 2, 9. So you have 2 successes. That's good. All right, that's good for now. That will at least get it so that he will definitely open the door for you again. If you want more successes than that, more successes would make it so that he might forgive them as well. But if you're good with the 2, then I'm good with the 2.
You know what? If it smooths it over with me, I'm good. We'll work on the rest later.
Now, if you had like gotten like an amazing thing with a boost and all this stuff, I would have been like, oh, it's totally forgiven. But 2 successes, it's the standard. Crystal or Martin, what are you two going to do with your next scenes? Let's go, Martin.
Okay. So
you were at the aquarium, and then you discovered stuff about the lady who was taken, and that there were the people in the suits came and took kind of the same information that Dr. Cricket got from the vision you got by talking to a seagull.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's the kind of game that this is.
It is. Yeah. So I think I'm going to. I'm horrible at everything except athletic stuff. I am going. Can I do like a? So I got like a description of the uniform and stuff like that.
I don't recall. I think the seagull said like that it was like black suited people, but I don't think that I don't remember actually. Now that I think about it.
We
we'll
found
go back
out
and
about the
watch
uniforms.
the tape.
I think we found out the uniforms, right? Like,
yeah, the 2 of you found out the uniforms and saw the emblem and all the stuff. I'm just trying to remember how much Leo got.
I mean, could we have called him? Or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think even Crystal said like we're sharing that information.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Dr. Cricket would have shared that information with everyone via text.
Yeah, same thing with Leo's conversation with the seagull. That would have been going out.
Did you divulge that you had a conversation with a seagull, or did you say like, I went to the aquarium and I got the scoop on something. Here's all the info. Don't ask me where I got it from.
I don't want to tell you.
I think Leo is unself-conscious enough, and he's a jock. So I think he's unself-conscious enough that he'd go and say, "Yeah, no, I had a conversation with the seagull." And,
and you guys were like, yeah, that makes sense.
What?
So given that I'm a little hazy on what exactly I found out, and I'm getting
we'll assume that you got the information in a combination of bird and texts.
Excellent. It's almost like Twitter.
Yes.
Oh, God.
You're on a roll today.
You're on fire tonight, Martin.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, you thought that the text was from Dr. Cricket, but it really was from your seagull friend. You had made him so intelligent, he figured out how to get a cell phone and everything.
All right. Aloy, don't make me change my character, and that's all my character does is put birds on Twitter. I'm the guy. What am I? I'm the god of putting birds on Twitter. Really? Yep.
You think there's not a god of Twitter? You think that there's not?
I'm
one?
sure there's a god of Twitter. I don't think there's a god of people who put birds on Twitter. That's
I'm pretty sure Twitter's a dragon or something like that. It's blue with feathers and all that. So. All right, I think I'm getting down there on the wealth and free time stuff, and I do want to spend some time with my bonds after this. But for now, I think Leo's probably going to go and I think he's just going to go wander. Yeah, just go for an explore, see if anything through the will of chance or whatever happens to come at him and stuff like that. Is just like travel across the city and stuff, and
so you're just gonna see how far you can go.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Well, then let me see. You have 2 free time. That means that you can go anywhere within 8 spaces. So if you just want to give me a random point, I will tell you what's there.
Let's do then something like. First of all, do we have a link to the map somewhere?
No, but I can. Well, I mean, I gave you guys a link earlier, but
yeah, I'll need to scroll through.
I don't know where that is now. So
let's say There we go.
So you are right now at the aquarium, which is at 10-6, so you're right here.
Gotcha.
And you can go anywhere within 8 squares.
What?
Actually, hold on. No, you can go anywhere within 4 squares because you only have 1 free time. Oh, no. You have 2 free time, right?
Yes.
That's why you can go within 8 squares.
So.
And you can move diagonally. So that actually
I
opens
can.
up your options a lot. So.
Let's go down to. I'm kind of curious about the lower left part of the map. So let's go to that box outside of our influence. At let's see. It's horizontal first, then vertical, right? Or am I doing that backwards?
Well, you can move any way you want.
Well, I mean, for the coordinates part, is it?
Yeah, the first number is horizontal, second number vertical.
So let's do something like 3, 8.
3, 8. So let's see. So you're here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, cool. All right, yeah. So 3, 8. Do I already have something at 3, 8? Yeah, actually I do. Isn't that interesting? All right, cool. All right, so I know where you're going, so I will take away your 2 free time now. Actually, it was 7 spots, so you can spend 1 free time and 1 wealth, or 2 free time, your choice.
I'll spend 1 wealth.
Okay, still leaves you with a free time then. And then Crystal, where are you going?
All right. Where am I currently? What is my coordinate?
You were at 8-7.
8, 7. Okay.
Right there.
Okay, so I am actually pretty close to my cult.
I believe you are.
If everyone is going off in their own direction, I'm going to go to my cult.
Like you do, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go hang out with the mathletes.
Okay, that's down here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna go 1, 2. Yeah. So it's just gonna cost you the 1 free time to go there because it's close. And all right, cool. Yep. So I have everybody's new stuff here. Your mathletes are at, what is that? 7-10.
So it's not the mathletes, it's Hippolyta's brood. It's the name of our cult. So
I love it. Did I actually put that on there? I think I just said math club. Oh, I said math cult. Yes, that's what I put. All right, cool. All right, let me put the branding back on. I've been told that that's a thing. What I'm going to do actually next time, though, is instead of an overlay, I'm going to make a background. And then we don't have to worry about it anymore. Then I don't have to worry about switching it myself. So it'll be fun. We're still figuring all this stuff out. We'll get it one day.
Details.
All right, cool. So let's do Kayla. So Kayla, you're going to IKEA.
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah.
That's where you hang out with Santa. Does he work there?
No. Oh no. No, Santa, well, I think he was the god of deserts, right?
He was the god of deserts.
God of deserts. And he's specifically there for a food desert. So, Santa, sure, he works there. And he works in the cafeteria.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because that way he can also like give out food, right? Like he can he steals food on the sly. And occasionally we have a scam where I hooked him up with like a local church group, which allows him to like donate some of the extra Swedish meatballs and like the weird fish and stuff. So I hooked him up.
Fish, yeah.
That's how we became friends.
I love it.
Initially, and yeah, that works. So
okay.
But he looks like Santa. I mean, he just looks like Santa. Yeah.
He's like a big dude with a big bushy beard and all that stuff. Yeah.
Full on Santa, absolutely.
All right, cool. So you go into the cafeteria and Santa's there.
Hey,
And,
right. I have my tray of food. Right. I have my random little like piece of dry cake and like my cup for my coffee and like a finger sandwich.
Okay.
Hey, Santa, how you doing?
Yeah. Oh, just a good day today.
Oh, sure. I wanted to know.
Is that offensive? I'm not trying to be offensive.
I mean,
a good day.
I think you sound great, Santa. I'm not offended at all. Anyway, so are you on break soon? I had something I wanted to chat with you about and also see if you needed any help.
He says, yeah.
Okay. So Kayla will kind of eat her food and then wander the loop at IKEA until it's his break time. And he texts her and then he'll meet her. He'll meet him. He likes to hang out outside on some like sample furniture.
I like it.
He wants to get out of work.
And I'm going to say that you don't have to spend any wealth for the food. Like he covered it for you.
I mean, I think that actually may in fact be the point of IKEA.
For food, definitely.
The food there is zero and of questionable quality.
I don't know. I've eaten there a couple of times.
I'm just playing. I don't want to lose our rad IKEA sponsorship.
I've heard that the meatballs are made of horse meat, but they still taste good.
They taste fine. Listen, horse apparently is delicious.
Exactly. That's how I feel about it.
Oh man, we're gonna.
So he gets on his break, and you guys hang out on some furniture.
Yeah.
So you're gonna ask him for his assistance on something.
Yeah, I'm just basically.
What can I help you with?
There's this really weird thing that's come up with some of the local satyrs. I don't know if you know any of those guys. They seem like great guys. A little intense for me, but they love life. They love life. That's great. But have you heard anything about this at all, or?
He says, let's see. He says, no, but I haven't necessarily had a lot of interaction with the satyrs in the town.
Gotcha.
They tend to steer clear of the god of deserts, as sometimes spontaneously their forests are just destroyed. So I did destroy. That was accidental, though. I did destroy one of their glens before. And turned it kind of into a desert, but it was an accident. It was when I was first learning my powers.
Yeah, and really, I mean, people just got to give people a little grace, right? Everyone just deserves a little bit of grace.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the rumor mill can be pretty powerful.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. It's fine if you don't know anything. That I didn't expect you did. Actually, it seems like kind of a new thing. But if you wouldn't mind, if you hear anything. Do you remember Hector?
Yeah.
Great guy. He's kind of involved right now in trying to help these people out. I guess he's buddies with some of them. And I mean, I pretty much at this point, if Hector is doing something, I mean, he seems like a good solid person to back his play.
Okay.
So, but if you hear anything, I mean, it'd be great to get the information. And if you need anything at all, I mean.
He said, yeah. So how this would work here is I got to bring up the actual. Do I even have it still on here? Do I have to go get it someplace else? The book is actually out, by the way. The companion, it's very good.
Cool.
Here it is. I have to go to Divine Allies. So what you can do is with a Divine Ally, and this is with any of your contacts and stuff. If you want to activate him to have him go look into it and stuff, then you can totally do that.
Okay. Yeah.
So what that requires is essentially straining the relationship. So you would cause one strain to it. And then what that means is essentially what you just said. You strain the relationship. And so when you run out of free time, the people who have been strained will come a calling for you to heal that relationship by giving back. Yeah.
Great. Cool. So basically we're exchanging favors.
Essentially. So it's one strain, or you can spend one fragment, it says. Oh, and if anybody spent any fragments, you recovered 2 of them.
I think I'll use a strain because I like the idea of Kayla having like a back and forth with this guy.
All right. So yeah, you're going to let's see. It works the same as individual bonds.
Okay.
If the divine ally belongs to the same theology, which I believe we said you guys did, then they act with more urgency. So
yeah, he's part of Kayla's triumvirate, which is part of that tradition, right? There's 3 that work together.
Yes, exactly.
For each other. So.
Exactly. So then go ahead and roll. Let's see, 6 dice.
Okay.
And tell me what you get.
Is this just regular roll? It's not a skill or anything?
No, this is just 6 dice.
8 and 9 were the only high ones. There's no ones. So 8 and 9.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I think I did it wrong. It's almost as if I didn't write this game. I just forget how the thing works. I'm forgetting exactly which skill you're supposed to roll.
Okay.
Because the 6 is actually not correct. The 6 is
okay.
a different thing.
He's a level 4 divine ally. I don't know if that
matters. Which is good. I need to know that, so that's good. So no, you make influence plus the associated check, the associated skill. So if you're trying to get him to go look into missing persons and stuff, I could say that's probably going to be a knowledge roll.
Okay, cool.
So, because he's looking into, he's going to be walking around trying to find info for you. So, yeah, it'll be an influence plus knowledge roll. So, give me that.
And what does the level 4 do for it? Nothing? Or
level 4 is what I roll for him to see how much information he turns up.
Gotcha. Cool.
What you're rolling is to see how fast he turns up the information.
Okay, and it's 7 or 8. 7 plus is a success, yes?
7 and plus unless you use your power.
I'm not going to use my power. I got 2 successes.
Okay, so you got 2.
Yep.
That means in 4 scenes, he'll come back with info.
Cool.
And I will roll 4 dice.
Nice.
And see what happens. All right.
I like that Kayla's just planting seeds. She's like, because she has a spirit also out there looking for stuff too.
Yes. Well, no. That spirit found stuff already came back. Oh yeah, that
was all. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And actually, here's the cool thing about doing this sort of thing is you didn't even need to devote a whole scene to this. You could have just literally called him up and said like, "Hey, go look into that thing," especially since you're straining it. So since you did devote a scene to doing this, I'm going to make it happen in 3 scenes instead.
Okay, and then also, right, I went here to get my free time back. That was the reason I went to him.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a completely different thing then.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my initial thing that I did.
Okay.
Go get free time back,
so what you were doing was you were going there to devote a scene to him, is what you're saying.
I believe so. I wanted to get my free time back. That was my goal.
Yes. I gotcha. So what would have normally happened is if you had said, I only have 1 free time yet left. I want to spend the scene investigating the thing, right? And I would have said, cool. And then you would have said, all right, well, now I want to go do this other thing. And then I'll say, hold up, you're out of free time. Santa's calling and says he wants you to come and hang out with him at IKEA. And then you would have said, okay, cool. I go hang out with him at IKEA then. And then you would have gotten your free time back.
Okay,
so
it doesn't
necessarily need to be something that you actively do unless you literally can't think of anything else to do.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah. I don't
like you'll always get the opportunity to get your free time back is whenever you fall to 0. Like,
cool. Do you want
to? The game is not set up for you to just be perpetually at 0.
Oh no, I just didn't know if we had to like reset for like spotlight sharing. That was my whole.
No, but if you really didn't have anything happening right now, then that's fine.
Cool.
So instead of giving you the bonus of the additional scene for devoting the scene, I'll just give you what you get for devoting the scene. So that's a whole other thing. So devoting a scene is where does that happen?
Lloyd, could we have just done it backwards?
What's that?
Are we undoing the story that already happened, or are we moving?
No. All I'm doing is, remember I had said since you devoted the scene
gotcha,
that I was going to make it happen 1 scene faster. Cool. Instead of that, I'm just going to give you your free time back.
Yay!
So what's your max free time?
5.
Yeah, so you're back up to 5 then.
Cool.
So that's kind of how that works. That was a weird way for that to happen, but that's kind of how that works.
Cool.
All right, cool. Because basically you get double whatever the level of the bond is back in free time. If you devote a scene, that's if you devote a scene, but this technically was halving a scene.
Okay.
So you would have only gotten half of that back.
I'm
which
fine
is
with
still 4, which is still 4.
Yeah, so he level 4, so I get 2 back, so I'm at 3. Because I was at 1, yes?
You were, well, if you were at 1 and you got 4 back, then
I'm confused. Sorry.
it's okay. Normally at the table, we have chips that are just like, are you out of chips? Here's more chips to represent your thing. When we have to remember the number, it gets much more difficult.
Perfect.
Essentially, let me see. Hold on. Let me find that rule here. I just want to be 100% sure.
Okay.
I don't need anybody here telling me that we don't know what we're doing.
All the people on the internet are like,
I swear that I wrote.
Oh my gosh!
How can you even play a role-playing game and not know all the rules? Always, instantly.
But I swear I wrote this game. So if you split attention,
Yeah.
So if they choose this option, let's see, you receive the attachment's level in free time back. So there you go. So yeah, you would have gotten 4 back. So now you're at 4, not 5.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Now, if you had devoted the whole scene to him, then you would have gotten all the way up to 5.
So he's like a free time battery. I hang out with Santa. I feel good about myself. Right. Like I think about the children. Right?
So if you're the kind of player who likes to have a bunch of like lower level, bonds, then if it's a level 1 bond, then you're only getting 2 back.
Yeah, sure.
2, then you're only getting 4 back, even if you're devoting the whole scene. That's where those higher level bonds are.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like,
just hang out with them and get a ton of free time.
I thought it'd just be need to have a super powerful guy named Santa. That was my whole thing.
Yes.
Cool.
So there's that. Okay, cool. All right, so you got that going, and in 4 scenes you'll get some stuff. All right, so now let's do Dr. Cricket. And you went to 7 nights. You went to go hang out with your math cult. Was there something you wanted to do there specifically, or you're literally just hanging out?
I actually wanted to have them start looking for patterns in disappearances around the city.
Okay. So you're activating them.
Yep.
To do a thing. Let me find the worshiper rule here for cultists. So cultists, this does not require any. Let me see. This doesn't require any social checks, but are you asking them to do this with even the barest modicum of subtlety?
Okay, so here's a question about that.
Literally, the wording in here: you suffer a -2 penalty for any social checks or any action requiring the barest modicum of subtlety. Thank you, Damani, for writing that.
You are so welcome.
So here's the thing. First of all, I do have a technical question. Well, not technical, but like a lore question. Usually, do cults usually know that they're worshiping a god and that other things exist?
All worshipers know.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I also want them to track the satyrs.
Okay.
Activities and look for patterns.
Okay.
So here's how I would like to do it. With the satyrs, I want them to be subtle about it.
Okay.
With the actual disappearances, I want them to because we're actually a cover, like our cult is actually like a mathletes cover thing. So they're actually doing a murder mystery research project for our math club.
Okay.
All right. So that one I don't care if they are fervent about it, but the satyrs I do. I don't know how that will work.
So wait, so we're following the satyrs and checking up on the satyrs.
Yes.
And then the other thing is, what are we doing?
Researching disappearances within the city. We'll go back 6 months. Right?
Disappearances for 6 months.
Yes.
Any disappearances or specifically satyrs or just any?
Any disappearances. I want and to see if there's any links between the disappearances.
Okay. All right, cool. So then the question here would be, let's see, same as other groups, for the worshippers do not require wealth. They just need more free time. Let me see. Wait, they do not require wealth. Okay, and they return back here, but they do stuff. I think probably for the following the satyrs, they're likely going to suffer a penalty.
Okay.
Okay, just letting you know.
Yeah.
All right, so which one do you want to activate first? Because each of them is going to cause a strain. So whichever one you do first is going to get the full level, and whichever one you do second is going to be one fewer die.
Okay.
So I would say, what's your level in the cult?
The cult is 4.
All right, so if you have a cult at 4, I would say send them after the satyrs first.
Yep.
Right? Because then I will roll basically 2 dice for their effectiveness there, and then since they're going to have a strain on the second roll, I'll roll 3 dice for that. So you're gonna strain them twice though.
Yes, that's fine. That's I mean that's the whole point of what the character is part of.
That is the point of having them. Yes. However, don't you have a thing? Isn't that your bad thing? Is that if
it is my bad thing? Yep.
When you strain them, you might strain them more. Isn't that the case?
Yep.
So we should probably roll to see what happens with that.
Yep. Let me pull that up. Let's see here.
Yeah. That's under.
It's under the warlocks.
Warlock's fate. That's under the warlocks. Yes.
Let's see here.
I got it. All right. So. So anytime that you ask an attachment for assistance, you roll a d10, and if it lands on a 1 or 2, you deal an additional strain.
All right. So for the first one, it lands on a 1.
Of course it did.
Of course it did.
So you strained that first one twice, and then the second one, you still want to do the second one?
Yes, because that's what the warlock's fate does.
Do it again. See if you probably a 2 now.
No, it's a 5.
Okay, so you're fine, but you ended up straining them 3 times instead of 2.
All right.
So, yeah. All right, cool. Well, let me see. What do I need? Oh, you're doing 2. So I need the first one is following after the satyrs and stuff. So we're gonna make that an influence and perception roll.
Okay.
So tell me how many successes you get in an influence and perception roll.
Okay. Let me get my. Oh man.
It sounds bad. Is that bad?
I have a 1 in influence and a 2 in perception.
Well, don't forget too that you guys can spend Pantheon dice, fragments, your own free time. There's lots of ways to get dice.
Okay, I'm actually going to spend a fragment because I haven't yet.
Okay, if you spend a fragment, that gets you 3 successes, not 3 dice. That's just 3 automatic successes.
Yeah, no, I'm going to because I didn't get any successes on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then. All right. So then they will have information about following the satyrs in 3 scenes.
Okay.
So for the dispersing the information, or I'm sorry, looking into the disappearances and stuff.
Yes.
Do an influence and knowledge check then for that.
Oh, that one's actually, I think, a lot better. Hold on. Oh yeah, much better.
Well, knowledge is like your biggest thing, if I recall. So.
Yep. That fell on the floor. I only got 2 successes on that one.
Wow. All right. Did you want to spend anything or spend Pantheon dice or anything to that effect?
We got them.
We can certainly do our falls and stuff.
Yeah. A Pantheon. Are you guys okay if I do a Pantheon die?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. So that's just an extra die to roll, right?
Yep. 1 extra die.
All right. That's another success.
That's an additional success.
Yep.
That gets you 3 then in total.
For that action, right?
For this thing, that's 3 in total then? Because you got 2 before, and now you got 1 more?
Yep.
Okay. So then that is all right. So yeah, so you'll get both of those back in 3 scenes. So
Cool.
yay. All right, cool. Awesome. That was very productive. So Hector goes to follow up with Mercy, who is Shantae's mom.
Mhm.
When you show up there, Leo is also there because Leo said he was going to 3-8, and that just so happened to be exactly where you were going. So,
What are the odds?
what are the odds?
We should probably ask Dr. Cricket. She would know.
That is true.
She knows all numbers. So yeah, so you guys show up. I'm gonna say that it's probably like an apartment. It's like on the 3rd floor of like a 5-story apartment building. And it's one of those kinds. It's not like one of those where you walk, you go up the stairs and you're in like the alcove. It's one of those where you go up the stairs and then it's like the door is out to the balcony, like where the walkway is.
Mhm.
Like it was an old hotel that was turned into an apartment building. It's like that. So
Gotcha.
So how are you approaching this, guys? Because you guys are together in a scene, which is why I decided to do Crystal and Ray first, since you two were together.
Cool.
It's like, okay, okay, going by what I heard kind of happened with Cricket and Kayla, you mind if I take lead on this?
By all means.
Okay.
I'll be your wingman.
Love it. Yeah.
I can't even be mad at that. Okay.
You could, but like,
It's like, damn it, that was clever. All right.
Really good.
All right, so I go ahead, knock on the door.
Okay. So the door kind of opens frantically to this woman who, looks like she probably hasn't slept in days. Her clothes are disheveled and, all of that stuff. She has there's a man, like you can just kind of see, like she opens up the door and like behind her, like on the couch, there's like some hooves, like popping out off of the seat, and you hear somebody snoring. It's like a man's like loud snore. But she answers the door and she's not talking very loudly. But she's just like, yeah, hello, can I help you?
Hey, Mercy.
Yeah, Mercy.
Hey, I'm Hector. This is Leo. I'm here to talk to you about Lord Jesus. I just blanked on the name.
It's Shantae. Yeah.
I'm here to talk to you about Shantae.
She says, have you heard something? Do you
Oh,
know where she is?
well, I'm looking
wide.
It's like, apparently there's other satyrs that have disappeared too, and I'm trying to gather up as much information as I can to try to help figure this out. It's like one of the other families. Out of curiosity, how close knit would you say the satyr community is?
A lot of them know each other. They don't necessarily keep close knit with other supernatural communities, but their own is pretty good.
Gotcha. It's like, okay, I don't know if you know Ulysses, but his son actually has me looking for him because he's disappeared, and I'm just trying to find whatever information I can to try to help the community out here.
She says, yes. I mean, well, come in. I mean, if there's something that I can give you or information I can tell you, or just let me know. Because if you find, I didn't know about Philip's dad, and yeah, I'm so sorry, but I mean, but if I can give you any information about Shantae, then that might help find him, and then maybe you'll find her, and just tell me what you need. And like she's like rambly because
just word vomiting.
It's almost like you wouldn't even be able to ask her for anything because she keeps telling you to ask her for what you need. So
I was like, okay. So walk me through that day. What happened? What happened when Shantae disappeared?
She says, basically she was at work, and her brother had her daughter and took her to the playground, to the park, and he, essentially, was probably playing on his phone or whatever, and looked up, and she was gone.
Okay, gotcha.
But I put up pictures of my baby like all over town, and I made sure that everybody would be able to give me a call or contact me in some way if they ever did find her. But it's been too long. The police have told me they've already stopped looking.
Okay. Have you noticed?
It was taken about a month ago. I'm looking at my notes. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you said she was hanging out with her brother when it happened, right?
Yeah, with Mercy's brother.
Okay, gotcha. Is he around? Do you mind if I talk to him or look at?
Yeah, no. She's like, that's his lazy ass over there.
Oh, dude on the couch. Okay. Okay, cool. It's like, is it okay if I kind of wake him up?
Yeah, she throws a shoe at him. Like, yeah. it's like, hey, Antonio, wake up. And he goes, see. He goes, what? Gosh.
What's up?
But in like less of a like Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Less of that kind of thing, though. Gosh, of course I'm waking up. Yes, they have shoes because they still have to wear shoes. Otherwise, people would just notice their hooves constantly. So they're like special shoes, though.
Like old Converse.
Horseshoes? They're not horses. That would be the other thing. What are those called?
Centaurs.
That's centaurs.
Or Seleni.
So he wakes up and it takes him a second. He makes himself a cup of coffee or whatever. It's very Law and Order where he's like making his cup of coffee and you can ask him while he's doing that.
Okay.
Because he's not going to stop doing what he's doing in order to answer your questions. He has to constantly be moving. He's like moving boxes from one shelf to the other.
Okay. So again, just do go through the introduction. Hey, Hector,
Yeah.
This is Leo. I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm a friend of the community.
He says, no, I don't know you.
Okay, well, fair enough. All right.
Like, I have no clue who you are, but
all right, cool. Well,
if Mercy is, vouching for you, I'll answer your questions. I guess she wants me to. Otherwise, she'll get me or throw me out.
All right. So some of your other kinfolk have been disappearing. So some of the families got me looking into that. So can you walk me through what you remember about that day when Shantae disappeared?
Yeah, he essentially I brought her to the playground. It's the same playground we go to all the time. And it was just after lunch. And she was on the monkey bars. She likes the monkey bars. And I kind of just looked up, and she was kind of gone. And she has a way of being playful and doing hide and seek and whatnot. We always tell her don't do that while we're out in public, and it's not good for an adult to not know where you are at all times. But she's young, so she doesn't listen. And so I thought for a second that she was just doing that again, but I did not find her, and she was gone.
Oh man, that's look, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I know that's rough. No one wants to lose track of family, and that's a rough thing to have on your shoulders, man. I'm sorry to hear that. So what playground was it that you guys were at?
It was the Montez playground.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And I know you probably ran through this several times in your head and everything, but do you remember anything weird, anything stand out that day?
He says He says, I told the cops, and they weren't able to find it, but there was this guy who like bumped into me, and I'm pretty sure he swiped my wallet.
Oh shit. Okay. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Did you get a good look at him or anything?
No, I mean it was mostly in passing.
Okay, gotcha. Dang, you just got double whammy that day. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the wallet was the least of our worries.
Oh
But
yeah, right. Okay, now, so question. Oh, no, go ahead, Leo.
Did we know, out of character, did we know something about Oracle Industry or something like that?
yeah, you guys know about the Oracle Institute. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Kayla and Dr. Cricket found that information.
We'll say, do you have any, or did the poor child have anything to do with the Oracle Institute?
Let's see. I'm gonna say that they don't know what the Oracle Institute is. I'm gonna say that they don't. They're like, yeah, no, we haven't heard of that. No.
Okay, yeah, that name came up when we were checking.
That's a good question, though.
I'll tell you what. If you hear anything about that, if it just pops up, give him my number and everything. Yeah. Now, question for you, Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Now, have you noticed any weird things around you lately? Missing wallet and everything. No one's like checking up on you and stuff.
He says no, not that I've noticed, at least.
All right, I need you to do me a big favor.
Okay.
Keep your eyes open. A lot of staters been disappearing, and missing a wallet, and you already got a missing family member. I'm not saying I'm paranoid or nothing, but it kind of concerns me a little bit. You get what I'm saying, right?
No, good looking out. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Leo, you got anything, man?
And I'm kind of want to check out the jungle gym on the place, but beyond that, it's been a month, so hard to pick up the trail. Not this time. I'm sorry.
All right.
No, that's fine.
So, if nothing else, we could take a look at the park. Like I said, it's been a month, but maybe it's the spot that they hang out at. Could be something worth looking into.
Very cool. And they're like, yeah, and we will we'll call you if we find out anything. You have my number. She hands you a missing child flyer that's got her number on it. So she's like, she's got like a stack of them. She's them up. So, she hands you one of those. She's like, my number's on here. Call me if you find out anything.
All right, will do. And if you hear anything, and I don't care if it's odd, seems a little out of place, whatever, call me. Let me know.
All right. Did either of you want to do anything? So that was a good conversation. I don't think that there's any additional information to get from there. Did you guys want to do anything that would require rolling or anything, or are you guys good?
Let's see. From a divine standpoint, I don't know if there's much I could do here. Okay. So I think I'm good with just a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'd like both Martin and Leo feel for these poor people, but we're also not very good at raising their spirits. So, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, then that will be the end of that scene. All right, cool. So now, having new information where are we going the next scene?
Can I ask a question?
You sure can.
How many Pantheon dice do we have?
3.
Okay. cool. I'm trying to use leveraging Pantheon dice to get enough to make a miracle, to make the organization do like some charitable work in our neighborhoods. That way we can observe them. But we need one more Pantheon dice. I don't know if this does that, but that is a thing we can do. We can make miracles occur.
No, you well, let me go read that.
It's page 187.
You've been planning for this.
No, I just looked it up because I was like, how does one use Pantheon dice? And I was like, oh, that is interesting.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what this is for. All right, so if we look at Pim's,
We can do it.
I see. Yeah. So you can that's basically you can just you can make a declaration that reorders time and space or making a meaningful change to the scene or story. They should align to the dominion that you are using. So if Kayla does it, it should have to do with something that whatever you're the god of. Yeah.
So like for example, Cricket could use a miracle to make that foundation sponsor a mathletic competition.
Correct. Or you can be like, you can literally say, I can be like, oh, well, this is a formula that no one's ever solved. And you'll be like, divine, miracle. I just fucking solved it.
Yeah, I did.
Like, bam, it happened. So you can do something like that. For what you're asking for, like to just have it be a coincidence that there's a charity thing that's, backed by the Oracle Foundation or whatever. That's just a divine edit if you wanted to do that.
I mean, if other people are okay with that, I would love like the ability to have a scene where we get to encounter them in some way that's not us being like, we're sneaking in your offices. Like some preview way.
So with the previous scene, and it's been a couple weeks since I played this character. I have ticking clock, which I didn't activate a curse. So I do gain 1 Pantheon die, but I also lose 1 free time.
All right, awesome. Do you even have any free time to lose?
I don't have any free time to lose, so
okay.
That's
what I'll do is that'll mean that you will just take a minus whenever. So you're at -1 free time at this point.
Now, if we need someone to activate a curse, I could totally activate a curse.
That's my thing.
To activate one of Dr. Cricket's curses.
I need to activate one of my curses.
Yeah. Sadly.
Or that happens every scene.
Oh dear. Okay.
That is the trick with the doomed.
Yep.
However, if you get cool stuff out of it. All right, cool. So then, all right, I already marked off these scenes. So I guess the question would be, so now, so if that happened, now you guys are at 4 Pantheon dice then. So if you wanted to, you could spend those 4 and say, we just heard that there's a charity event being run by the Oracle Institute, and that's where I'm going. You can, obviously everybody has to agree to spending the Pantheon dice.
Sure.
I like that idea, but I am also out of free time.
But the Pantheon dice is all we're asking about right now, though.
Yeah. Okay.
It just means that you won't be able to. Well, you could. There's things you can do to do it. Okay. So yeah. So we'll go through that in a second. It sucks being at -1 and not 0, but that's a whole other situation. So Ray, is that what we're doing?
If that's okay with other people.
Is everybody
game?
All right, cool.
Sure.
So you're at the Pantheon pool is at 0. So let's roll and see where this charity event is happening. It's happening at 10. Because that's what I rolled. That would have been an amazing roll if I was rolling for like a skill of some sort. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been 4 successes right there.
It's at a funeral parlor.
Is that what 10 is?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Not only are they doing it, but you arranged. I'm gonna say, your brother arranged it.
Oh,
your brother had already been in talks, but was not telling you. It's a surprise for you.
Yeah.
That you go back home and you're like, wait, what? What's happening here?
Yeah. I dig
love it. That's funny that's at the funeral home. I love it when that stuff happens. It's great.
You dig it, Ray? Nice.
Oh, I didn't even mean to. I didn't even mean to. I'm not good at puns. I'm not.
So-
That was not. This is not me trying to be cool. I really didn't mean to do that.
So is that where you're going, Ray? Then you're gonna go. You're going home.
I mean, is if the thing is today, then yes.
Okay.
I have to go to the. I mean, we all have to go to the thing, so we can Scooby Doo it up. I believe. I believe that's that seems necessary.
I mean, yeah, if that's what you guys want to do. I'm not gonna say you have to go, but let's see here. Hold on. Let me get this off. So right now, so you're over here. You guys are basically like all over here, and the thing is over here. So if I recall, the IKEA's at 110. So
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it would cost you 2 free time, or no, it'll cost you an additional free time, which you have, or a free time and 2 wealth.
I will just spend the free time.
Okay.
So
Very
how much,
cool.
how much free time was that? 2 or 3?
You're at 2 now.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So you're going there. What about Hector and Leo?
Let's see. Where are we at again?
You guys were at also at a table. I would just have like a little marker for each of you, like on the little map on the table. So it always you guys are at 3-8. So you guys are here. So to get to there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would mean either a free time or wealth to get there.
So I have.
But money has neither.
Yeah.
So, but if you wanted to, hold on, let me see. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could do 6. Yeah, you both can't go.
Can I
go?
Can I PayPal someone an Uber?
Actually, yeah. Do you want to spend a wealth?
Yes.
All right.
I want the Scooby Gang to be here because it seems
Okay.
important.
Well then, all right. Then that's going to bring both Martin and Damani down to 0 for both of them, in both free time and wealth. Ray is down to 2-1 now.
Love it. Perfect.
We owe you big time.
All right. No,
All
and
right,
that's
Kara.
I had one where they wanted one of the characters wanted to buy an engagement ring, but he was an artist, so he had like 1 wealth.
Yikes.
And like all the other characters like all chipped in so they could buy like an expensive ring, and it was really cool. So
And they broke it
all right, cool. So Crystal,
Yeah.
so what are you wanting to do this scene?
I would like to go to the charity event.
All right, so your goal is to go to the charity event.
Yep.
So that's what we always start off with, right? We say, what do you want to do? And then you go, I want to go to the charity event. And I go, wait a minute, because there's a thing that wants your attention instead of you doing that thing you want to do.
Yep.
All right, so I can get this off now. Hold on. All right. Bam, and then branding. All right, cool. So I was told that Twitch watchers expect this. So that's where we're at. So you were at actually technically, so you're at -1.
Yep.
Free time.
Yep.
So what would end up happening under normal circumstances is one of your bonds, one of your attachments of some sort is going to come ask you for help. So what are so you have your cult. What else do you have?
I have my cult. I have, hold on a minute.
Your lab.
Nap. I have my lab, and I have the local university and the science department.
Right. Okay. So you have all of those things.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say you know what? Your math cult is actually hurt. So you strained them. So I'm gonna say that members of your math cult, even though you want to leave to go and do the thing, they're like, no, we need you to stay here and cast your blessing upon us, and to pray with us for those who you've sent out to act in your name to come back in one piece and with all of their blood intact. These are cultists, so that's how they talk.
Yeah, that is how they
You don't want anyone to have bloodlet them. So the question here is, do you say yes and then you get stuff, or do you say I could probably do that, but why don't we pray for it while you come with me, and that will mean that you get some stuff back, or you can say no and then you get some stuff back, but you also like piss them off more. So you have a few options. It's what's the level of this bond?
It's a 4.
It's a 4, but it's taken 3 strain right now, right?
Yeah, it has.
Okay, so all right. So if you don't stick around, that I believe does strain it again, unless you have someone who can run interference, essentially. So if you have a vassal that you can send, you can activate the favor, which means you strain them so that you don't strain the other people, because they go and they run interference. Like, oh, she totally would have stayed, but let me tell you a story instead. So
I need a hype man. That's what I need.
That's essentially what you can use the vassal for there.
I
But
do not have a hype man.
Oh, you don't have one. Oh no.
No.
So then your 2 choices are, let me get to those rules again. I don't want to mess it up and tell you something wrong.
Sorry.
They
No, it's
would never
okay.
let you live it down.
I created the game, but I wrote it all down so I didn't have to remember.
That's right.
That's why we publish it. So we
Aloy,
don't have to remember it.
I understand, Aloy, that you're a prolific game creator.
I try.
So probably you don't need to remember every word you wrote.
Yeah, so we're gonna make a fists roll. Oh damn, wrong game.
Oh,
Wrong game.
Aloy, you just described every game I've run.
Crossover.
IQ skill, whatever the word is in this game.
So,
That's what I say.
So if you devote a scene, you will get back free time equal to its current level, and that does not include strain or anything. So you'll get 8 back, which you only still get up to your max. So you'll go up to max. I think your max is 2. I think at this point. So you'll get it all back if you devote a scene to them. You'll get all your 2 free time back.
Okay.
Which is important because you're at -1.
Yep.
So you technically need 3 to get back to full, which doing that will get that for you. If you split your attention, that will also get you to full free time, but it means that whatever you go to try and do, those cultists will be with you and interfering and probably making a mess of things. Or you can do the delay tactic. So there's 2 ways that you can do a delay tactic. One I already told you, you can do a favor. The other one is you can spend money, if I recall here. So, and it depends on the, so it's a level 4. So you could spend 2 wealth, and what that will do is it will give you 2 free time. So, which will bring you back to 1 free time.
And I have 4 wealth, so I will do
you
that.
Could spend two wealth right now. It'll bring you to 1 free time, which you will then immediately spend to go into the next scene. So you'll go in, you'll be 0 again, going right away.
And I will. That seems the most logical. So I will spend money for. It goes towards my cult, I'm assuming.
Well, the money goes towards you're just spending the money to basically you're like essentially you're like, well, I can't stay, but I'm sending their families money so that if they do die, there you go. They're taken care of. It's fine.
Also, I'm ordering pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ordering, and also here's some pizza. Okay, cool. So then this was interesting. So everybody's going then.
Yes.
And what that has left us with, if you look into the chat,
Good gracious.
it has left us at Crystal 0 free time, 2 wealth, Martin 0 0, Damani 0 0, and Ray has 2-1, which is actually Ray's looking pretty good.
Good job, Ray.
0 campaign poll. This is how this game works. All right, so
And Aloy,
yes,
I was thinking about the fact that it's at a funeral home. So is it possible to say that my brother did not arrange a charity thing?
Mm-hmm.
My brother instead arranged a a Southern Association of Embalmers and Funeral Directors, like TED Talk that is being put on by like one of their scientists about like the future of embalming and like, right. So it's like this really strange, like, but we got to host it because that was like,
niche, right? Yeah.
Right.
I like that. I like that.
So there's all it's like going to be full of these morticians. So I love the idea like everyone else shows up and everyone else is just real dry. And they're just like, pleased to meet you. Right. It's literally like a professional development for morticians. Yeah. I'm bringing my friends too.
And then we show up, hey, how's it going, man? Yeah.
I like it. I like it. So everybody is now going to this thing that I'm going to say. Actually, I'm going to say what ended up happening was while you guys were doing the last scene, Kayla got a text and like from your brother who was just,
why aren't you here?
Oh, are you going to be late for the show? You know, just to prod you. And you're like, what show? And he's like, oh, you know, the show that I've been arranging all this time to impress Dad, you know. There you go. All right, so you guys show up. I'm gonna say there's roughly like maybe 35, 40 people in attendance. Because they really only reached out to like specific people who would be interested in this. So it's not like a convention. It's not like hundreds.
Sure. Yeah. It's like a regional.
It's like a single talk. So I'm gonna say, yeah, there's like 45, maybe 50 people at max, since you guys are showing up all. So, you know, it's gonna raise up to about 55. So you get there. So, you know, parking is atrocious because it's a funeral home and there's not a ton of parking at a funeral home, especially not for that many people. So there are actually people like, you know, like waving the traffic.
Oh, man.
You have the, you know, you to your place. So you guys don't have to pay for parking. So you're lucky Kayla's going. Otherwise I would have made you guys all pay for parking and y'all don't got no money.
Nope.
Well, Cricket has a little bit of money, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you go there, and yeah, and like it's embalming fluid and all that stuff. There's a Dr. Rodrigo Halper who is on stage speaking when you guys arrive, and basically it's like everybody but Dr. Cricket and Kayla is probably pretty like, well, I guess I'm saying everybody but it's basically Leo and Hector are like, what the hell are they talking about? You know, but it's like it's chemistry and like funeral home stuff. So like both Kayla and Cricket are like, oh yeah, they're just talking about the thing. So I'm not gonna try and like say sciencey jargon.
Sure.
We don't know the jargon.
I certainly don't.
For any conversation that I have, because I'm a mathematician.
Yes.
And I'm going to actually activate one of my curses is prideful.
What does that one say?
And so anytime that hold on a second. Anytime that I am prideful or arrogance gets the better of me, we gain 1 Pantheon die. So I'm going to activate it. And anytime I have a conversation with any person that is not part of the Pantheon, I am basically going to tell them how the funeral industry is wrong. Mathematically, this is why.
Oh God.
And that the funeral industry is just a sham, and that the future of the funeral industry is going to put everybody that thinks that they know what they're doing right now out of business, because you're all living in the 18th century and everyone else is moving on.
I love it. Okay. So Dr. Cricket is escorted out.
And I imagine that happens after a while because funeral home people are probably pretty good at just ignoring people.
Ignoring it, exactly.
Ignoring rants and stuff. No,
Yeah.
I understand. Like nonverbal acknowledgement of the word.
But no, they kindly escort you out, like very quietly as they can. But and you might even resist at first, but they're like, no, you're moving. No, you're leaving. So, you are ushered out. And
yes.
I love it. So what do the rest of you guys do before I go and I tell Cricket what happens outside?
I think what Kayla wants to do is, what is the name of the organization? The Mooga Booga organization?
The Oracle Institute.
So what Kayla, the Ooga Booga Institute, right? What
Ooga
Kayla
Booga,
wants to do
I'm
is
changing
Kayla
the
wants-
name right now.
as the goddess of aspirations, Kayla wants to read the mind of the head Ooga Booga person there to see what they want. What is their aspiration? What are they hoping to accomplish?
Oh, very cool.
That appears to be what she could do in this
All
situation.
right.
So, who's that person? What do they look like? Like what?
Yeah. So the organizer that you basically the one who was working with your brother.
Sure.
She would be the main one. Her name is Dr. Sasha Jones, and you read her mind. We'll make a roll, and then we'll see how you do with the reading mind thing.
I will totally attempt it. So I just want to make sure I get this right. Reading minds is Oracle plus discipline. I have 1 Oracle, 4 in discipline. So I roll 5 dice.
So 5 dice.
And then I got 1, 2 successes because a 10 is 2 successes.
Oh, so you got a 110, so you got 2 successes.
And then I can spend a fragment to get 3 more successes.
You can get 2 more on a manifestation roll, 3 if it was a regular roll.
I would like to spend a fragment to get 2 more, so I have 4 successes.
So you have 4 successes.
Because I want to know a bunch. That's what I'm
all right. So read minds. The common measures that you'll use would be duration, magnitude, and range.
Yep.
So let's go over here.
I'm just following, like shaking her hand, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry I was a little late. I didn't get the text about this as soon as I was like, right? And she like mean mugs her brother a little bit.
I got you. So the cool thing is, since you're touching, you don't have to spend any successes to use it at a distance.
Yay!
So that's nice. So then we have magnitude and what was the other one that I said? I think we had said magnitude. So and duration. Oh, so it's magnitude and duration. So you have 4 successes, and it's essentially, since you're doing read minds, it's how far back are you look. So if you only spend 1 success on duration, for instance, you're only going to get what she's aspirational about in this scene.
Gotcha.
If you spend 2, then you'll get for the day, 3 for the last week, 4 for a month, 5 for the year. That's what the chart says.
Okay. I think,
and then magnitude is basically essentially going to be how deep you're going.
Okay.
So, with, no, if you only put 1 success in it, then it's going to be like surface thoughts for a week. But if you put a bunch, if you put more into magnitude than you did into duration, it might be like her deepest, darkest aspirations, the thing that she wants the most in the world, but only really what she wants in this scene. But, it's basically where you want to spend it. It's like, how deep do you want to go and how far back do you want to go?
I think I want to go back. Well, within 3 successes on going back and 1 success on aspirations, because I'm hopeful that if she's a head Ooga Booga person, she'll have that in the front of her mind more than other people, right? Like evil people think about their evil plan.
That's fair.
That's the hope.
All right, cool. So you go back as far as a week, which is good because that's actually within the time frame that Ulysses was taken and all that stuff. So there might be some stuff that you might get from that.
Maybe.
And then you put 1 into magnitude, so you're not going to go completely deep, but you're going to get more surface level things. Okay, that's fair. I like that. Excuse me. So there's that. Did you want to strain? Do you have any worshipers or anything? Did you want to strain for more successes?
I don't know how to do that. I have worshipers that are called the faithful. Yes.
Oh, faithful. Oh, faithful are great. They replenish fragments. That's what they're good for. So that would be like if you wanted to spend more, like you'd be like, oh, I'm going to spend a bunch of fragments and then I'll just hit up my faithful for some more.
I mean, I will do anything I can mechanically do to make this roll better. I do not know what is possible.
So what level is your faithful?
2.
Okay. How many fragments do you have right now?
2.
Okay. So if you spent 1 more, that would get you 2 more successes, right?
That'll be a total of 6.
Right.
Cool. I want to do that.
Get you 6 total successes, and then you could do like 3 and 3, and that would get you the kind of more information that you would want. The surface level
So-
stuff kind of wasn't going to give it to you.
So as I'm kind of pushing in, that's what I need is like 3 and 3. That's fine.
Right. You need about 3 and 3. So here's the thing: is now if you strain the faithful, you
Yeah.
can get 2 fragments back.
I'll do that.
Yeah. So there you go. So now you're back up to 3.
Cool.
That's why the faithful are like super useful.
Neat.
And that's why they get abused the most.
Absolutely. 100%.
So many people are just like, give me more, give me more. All right, cool. So then, yeah. So with that, I'm going to say what she made this deal with your brother, and I'm going to say that your brother doesn't even know, but essentially they are actually installing. They're installing like, I don't want to say bugs or cameras or anything, but essentially, with the partnership that she's making with your brother is to bring in some of the Oracle Institute people in here and essentially use it as a means for disposing of bodies.
Oh, right on. Oh,
For
that's
the Institute.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So that's part of what's happening here.
Yeah, no, she's the worst.
And part of what they're trying to figure out is, you know, they have all these different people talking about different embalming things and all that stuff. And the subtext of it, because you're even listening to the people speaking and you're just like, well, I mean, I guess that could work, but like, why wouldn't you just use the stuff that we already have?
Gotcha.
And they're like, well, no, but you can use it. And basically they're trying to figure out new chemical compounds for dealing with like outsiders instead of just people. So and no one besides somebody who knows it, who knows the field really, really well, and obviously has read the mind of the head person in charge would get that information. So yeah, there you go.
Okay. I have a follow-up move.
Go for it.
So is there a second person in charge who's not the head person? Is there like that person's lieutenant here?
There is another person here, but you don't see them.
Okay, so if I don't see them, I'm going to use the redefine power to make her feel bad about what she's doing.
Okay.
Because that's her new aspiration is going to be to undo all the wrong that she's involved with her corporation.
All right.
That's mind control is evil. It is evil.
It's evil if so. Here's the thing:
Yeah.
is the duration is going to matter.
Oh no, I understand. We're gonna then bring her downstairs and question the heck out of her, and then pick up the pieces after. Like this is legitimately. I mean, unless we move in together and start a family band, I think this is gonna blow up on our face in the near future.
Well, and this is less mind control, and this is more emotional control. So
yeah, sure. Yeah,
there's a thin line between those, but yes, they're all kind of abused.
Okay, so I have 3 dice for soul, which is what this is.
Yes.
And then 4 dice for discipline. So I get 7 dice, and I'm going to roll 7 dice.
Is that what redefine is? It's discipline.
Yep, soul and discipline.
Now, and of course, those are, you notice that it says that's the suggested check. And of course, like if there's a GM out there who's like, no, I think it should be this and this, you know, it's just like, yeah, but you know, I'm like, that makes sense for what, you know. So.
Sure. All right. Do I get any bonus dice because I'm on my letter?
You are actually. Let's see. Let me check the map. No, you're right. You would have gotten a bonus die on the last roll too.
Well, that was a failure, so who cares? So I get bonus die on this roll. Fine.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, it's just a +1. So you got one more die. Yeah, you got a lot of +1s across the entire map.
Okay.
Only up in the upper region do you have a single +3 up there, which is
okay. And I can spend a fragment to get 2 additional successes.
2 more, yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So now I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 successes.
9 successes.
I crushed it. Yeah.
Nice.
Good Lord.
Right.
So let's see. So where are we spending those?
Well, I mean, I don't know how that works. I would like her to.
It's on page 144. I'm sorry. I thought you were following along.
I didn't follow along. I had the power page open. I didn't have the time duration stuff page.
Right.
So
that's the question here. Then is, yeah. Wow.
4 successes. No, we're gonna do 3 successes to time.
Okay.
And 4 successes. Oh, I got 9 successes? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'll say a large change if you wanted to make it full circle. A large,
Yeah.
like
I'm
basically.
gonna spend 4 successes for a large change and 5 successes for a year. So
Okay.
she is gonna help us solve this problem.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Like for her, she's bought in. She's
That's
like,
what you do. That's what you do.
And so what we probably see narratively is Kayla is talking to her and shaking her hand and listening to like what her program's about.
Mhm.
And then she sees like her mist up in the corner of her eye. And Kayla's gonna be like, the bathroom's right over there if you need to freshen up. And kind of like be kind to her. Because that's also what Kayla does, is listen to people while they're grieving.
Yeah.
She's gonna like kind of lead her into the bathroom and wish that Cricket was there, but Cricket's already outside. Then they get girl time in the bathroom again. and basically, if it's okay, Aloy, Ray's goal is to jump forward from the scene where she's crying and blubbering and holding Kayla in a bathroom, end up in the scene where we're like in the office with the whole group.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to just be the one talking to her.
No, it makes sense. So yeah, if you wanted to, so here's the thing. Dr. Sasha Jones.
Yeah.
She's very good at composure. That's why she's the one in charge.
Sure.
So even if she kind of does a 180, like on like her whole, like she's like, this is very interesting. I think I'm rethinking my entire life goals here. I don't know if that would make her necessarily start, crying and stuff. So
okay.
I think with just her personality, I don't know if that would work out.
Yeah, whatever. Like,
yeah. So, but she probably would start making moves to undo some of the stuff that she's done. And if you kind of gave the idea that you are into that, then she might work with you to do it.
Right. Yeah. Basically, Kayla wants to be someone she can confide in.
Yes.
And also, right, Kayla will hint at like, we've all done things that we regret from our past. And I've found that when moving forward, it's good to have a helping hand.
Yeah.
Right. That sort of line.
And that sort of, I like that. All right, cool. So then I think we're done with you in this current scene. Hector and Leo, what are you guys doing? You guys are there, so you're seeing Kayla, but I'm assuming like Kayla's like doing stuff, but you're not, not
probably noticing from the distance. Like, oh, she's doing her thing. Is she doing her thing? Oh, she's totally doing her thing.
Yeah, she's talking to people who are dressed like her.
Very, very, very staid.
Exactly.
Very staid. Pop a color.
Let's see.
So what was your guys' goal in going there? Because you guys wanted to go there too. So why did you want to go there?
I guess in case things went sideways, and also just to find out whatever information I can. Is like, who's going to talk to the big tattooed Latino dude?
Actually, a bunch of the different funeral home people will give you cards because they assume you're in a gang.
Oh, that's true. So you're probably going to be dying soon, so
or you'll know somebody who is. And that is called racial stereotypes there. But they're all looking to make money off of you.
Is that what that is?
That's what that is. For anybody,
make sure you pass that on to your family. Oh, okay.
You've been hard profiled, sir.
Like hardcore. You're like, oh, why did I walk away from this with 9 cards? That's so funny.
For murder.
Not even in this field.
I guess maybe just have some surface conversations. So tell me about the business. It's like, I'm curious. Tell me about what you do.
You're more mingling than anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And also hoping there's an open bar because Lord knows if it's pay, I'm screwed at this point.
It's a work event, so they're gonna all go out for drinks like after. A lot of people are going out for drinks after, but not during the actual thing.
Okay.
Leo, is there anything that you would like to do while you're here?
I'd like to find out some stuff. I've considered infusing the place with my divine spark to make it using my Drifting Kingdoms ability to boost my very poor social roles there. But I also kind of like the idea that these are a bunch of educated people, chemists and stuff like that. And I think this sounds like an excellent opportunity for the dumb jock curse to come in, and a lot of people just not thinking that Leo is just.
So tell me what that looks like, because when you activate that curse specifically, it's going to cause tension that's going to cause problems. So what does that look like to you?
So it says when the
is that like they call you dumb and you punch somebody, or like what does this look like? How does it cause problems for you?
I think that rather than so I was thinking, I don't see Leo as being that angry a person to punch someone. He's dealing with a lot of stress and stuff, but that's what he does. I was thinking more like he'd be trying to talk to people and they just like shut him down and stuff like that, and he'd be going up and saying, "So that was a really interesting talk about formaldehyde," and
so that's fun, as like just that's kind of, you can just say like, oh yeah, that happened. But activating curses is basically inviting chaos into a scene. So it wouldn't only be that, cool, everybody thinks you're dumb. It would be that they think you're dumb and there is a negative ramification of that. So if it's just they think you're dumb, then that's cool too. Like, cause that's funny, but
it seems appropriate, but I don't know. That's why I was trying to think about, okay, what if I was actually trying to find out information and stuff and was actually rolling to try and get them to open up, but increasingly, all this stuff. I don't know. I'm still figuring that out.
It's okay. I mean, because we could like go full tilt with it and be like, oh, like you were trying to sound smart, so they're like, oh, well, maybe you should present. And then you'd be like, no, I don't want to present. And you'd be like, no, we already announced it.
Oh, the anti-bullying.
I like that. Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Keynote speaker.
Exactly. Now you're the guest speaker, so you have to enlighten us all. And then negative ramifications. Essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an embarrassed 2 condition.
Okay.
So you are now thoroughly embarrassed.
I think we have secondhand embarrassment from 4 years. Like, no, Leo,
although
I
will say, if I had to do a speech about a medical issue with perform and medicine, that would give me 6 dice to go off of. So that really wouldn't be that bad.
So you're like what's his name, Will Ferrell in Old School. Like you probably can get up and just be like it's all nonsense, but you can say it really convincing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you know about a lot of stuff. You did college and
body acid and muscle tension and all this.
So like dead bodies aren't very different from live athletic bodies.
What?
As you can see, and
just do some flex.
Okay, so actually, oh my gosh, I didn't even read this. This is funny with embarrassed. So the embarrassed one is it creates a penalty to social checks with anyone who knows about the event that just happened. So it'll create a social penalty equal to the condition. So you have a -2 to all your social checks to anybody who's here who knows about what's happening.
Awesome.
And even outside of that, you're still going to have a -1 because you still just feel even for people who don't know what happened, you know what happened. So
it's still in your head, man.
We're there.
That's crazy.
Cool.
All right. And then, so Crystal, you get kind of tossed out. And when you get tossed out, there's like you kind of are sitting there and you're like, I was just telling them the truth. Why don't people just can't listen to the truth? And a guy comes up to you. I would say he looks like he's maybe a little bit older than you. I don't know how old you said you were. I think you said like late 20s or something, right?
Yeah, late 20s.
Yeah. So he's like maybe 29, maybe 30, or just from the looks of him. And he's got like a little bit of a mustache and whatnot. But he like comes up and he's just like, "Hey, do you have a cigarette?"
No, I don't smoke. Those are really bad for you.
Yeah. That's what my dad tells me. And of course, he's been smoking for years.
Okay. Do you have anything else? Are you trying to get my attention? Like, are you trying to spark up a conversation with me? Because I'm not good at those, if you haven't noticed.
All right. It sounds like you kind of are. Straight to the point, though. I like that. So, yeah. Yes, I was trying to get your attention. And I noticed you were thrown out of that thing, too. So.
Oh, you were thrown out as well.
Aren't we? Nobody wants to be in there anyway. Did you actually want to be in there? It's so stuffy.
Well, no, because they're all living a lie.
Exactly. I agree. 100% for whatever reason, I guess. So anyway, so he's kind of talking there very awkwardly, but he definitely seems like he's interested in you, even if you are not necessarily like you're not necessarily picking up the vibe because you're bad at that, but you're doing the mathematical equation of the actions that he's taking to come to the conclusion that he is obviously flirting with you, and you're like, I don't really know what to do with that.
Okay.
So that's basically what's happening there.
So her response, as soon as that equation finally gets a solution in her head, and she's like, "Oh, you're hitting on me. Okay, well, if you want to go on a date, I have this time, and free, and we can go here, 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 and here."
These are the restaurants I will eat at.
But only between these hours and this.
He says, yeah. So he grabs your phone and he puts his number in there.
Oh, no, he doesn't touch my phone.
So he tries to grab your phone. What do you do? Because he was going to do it, so.
Oh, yeah, no, she totally is like, no, you don't touch my phone. That is mine. That is for work, and I have very sensitive information on it. If you ever do that again, you will come back with a bloody stump.
Cool. You want to put your name in mine then?
I can do that.
Cool. I don't have anything sensitive on there.
Okay. So she puts her name, and then
she put it as Dr. Cricket.
She puts Dr. Cricket Lovelace.
Love it.
And she puts her phone number in there. And then hands it back.
And her email address for best communication.
Yes, for best communication. And there's also a work hours schedule already put in there too, because it automatically uploads with being the proximity thing of, I forget what it is, like Find Your Friends or whatever. So it already uploads her schedule.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well then, he kind of just smiles and says, "All right, well, I will see you then." Then he looks at his phone after work on Friday at sharply 7:45, apparently. So, and he sends you a text, and it says, "This is Max, the guy you met in front of the funeral parlor."
Okay.
So,
all right. As he is walking away, because I was going to do this out here. I would like to sacrifice. No, I can see one connection for free. I would like to see connections.
Well, you have to spend a you spend a fragment, and you get one connection for free.
Yep.
And then,
so I would like to spend a fragment.
Yeah.
To get a connection, to see if he is connected in any way to anything that we're investigating with the Oracle Institute.
All right, so let's see.
Because that happenstance is just interesting.
Well, because what?
Because that happenstance, like she's doing the math in her head of, well, all this all happened,
Yes, there's
and
no such thing as a coincidence.
yeah, there's mathematically no such thing as a coincidence. So, is he connected in any way to this?
In any way, yes.
Okay.
So and again, like essentially you can look at a connection and you can get a piece of information. So for instance, looking at a couple, you can tell whether they're married, having an affair, on a first date, just holding hands. Basically, you can ask a question and then I will tell you the connection between the things. So if you're saying what's his connection to the Oracle Institute? Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay. His connection to the Oracle Institute is how would I say it? He's not he doesn't work for them, but he works for them. Like it's he was kind of raised in it.
Oh, he was raised with it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he is a heirloom worker. Got it.
Yeah, something like that. Like he's kind of like he's there, but he doesn't technically work for them.
Okay.
If that makes sense. You can go deeper if you want to sacrifice Pantheon dice.
Do it.
You guys have 2 Pantheon dice, so
Yeah,
essentially for each one you can pick up another connection.
And I purposely actually set off my curse so I could get a Pantheon dice, so I could do this. So yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay. Well, is everybody okay with her doing it?
Yes,
Go for it.
I mean, because you can set yourself up all you want, but then if somebody else was like, no, you can't use it, well, then there you go.
So yes,
all right.
then I would
So
do that.
what's your next connection that you're looking for?
Is he connected with the satyrs?
I'm gonna say no.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna say he's never even met a satyr.
Okay.
Like he has 0 connection with a satyr.
Okay. Cool. That's
But he has a pretty big connection to the Oracle Institute. But he does not work for them.
okay. All right. That is totally fine. All right. And then what she is going to do with the rest of this is just kind of walk around on the outside, sit down on the park bench nearby, chill, see if anybody untoward is walking around or anything like that.
All right, cool. There isn't anybody, so you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well then, is everybody happy with that scene? I think Damani, you're the only one who didn't like do anything. Did you want to do anything, or did you even want to activate one of your bonds or anything to do something, or like, I'm kind of giving you the opportunity to do something active in a scene.
I know. I can't really see anything fitting in right now, so I'm good.
You're good. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So we have. We're gonna go into the next scene then. So, where is everybody going?
I think for this conversation, I think Kayla would try to bring her and the cohort to like her office.
Okay.
Inside
You have a separate office? Oh, to Dr. Jones's office.
No, to the office in the funeral parlor.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're not moving location or anything. You're just going to.
Wait, no, it's way creepier. We absolutely go down to the embalming room.
Oh, of course you do.
100%. We're in a funeral parlor. If we don't end up in the embalming room, we've made a mistake.
All right, so that's just gonna be one free time just to go into the next scene. All right, cool. So, what does Hector want to go do?
Well, about that whole free time thing.
What is it that you would like to do, and then I will interrupt it.
Okay.
Come downstairs. We
I
have
would assume that you'd want to be downstairs. That was what I was thinking.
That makes sense. It's like, I'm sure it's like, okay, I've gotten a whole stack of business cards. Thank you, everyone. I can catch a hint here. Okay. Oh, Kayla. Yeah.
All right. Well, you are like, well, of course, Kayla, I'll come downstairs, and then I don't remember what your attachments are.
Let's see. I have
You know
the
what?
club.
Actually,
Sorry.
in that moment, I'm going to say that you get a call from Philip.
Okay. It's like,
In that moment.
it's like, hey, Phil, what's up, man?
He says, there's a guy who seems to be kind of tailing me, and I was hoping that you might be able to come and check that out. I don't know. It could be that I'm just being very paranoid.
No. It's cool. Where are you?
All right. And he tells you where.
Yeah.
So you are going to leave and go devote it to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot out a mass text message. Hey, Philip might be in trouble. I gotta run.
Okay.
We'll catch up later.
I'm counting that as your outsider community.
Okay.
So you would get back, I think you have a level 3 in that, right?
Correct, yes.
You would get up to 6 free time back, and I think your max is 5.
Actually, max is 6.
Your max is 6? Well, then
Yes.
you're at 6, sir.
I'm digging it.
All right. And then
I'm still broke, but
you're at 6-0. You still have 0 wealth, but you can go to work and get that money. So
yes, I can.
all right. So Leo, where is it that you are going to do?
Well, after giving a fascinating talk while stammering to all these educated people who about like muscle acids and stuff like that, he definitely wants to explore the go down to see more dead bodies and stuff like that in the
I need
in Kayla's bat cave or whatever.
It kind of is a cave, a dead cave.
So yeah.
But your coach calls you and says that it's time to practice. You've like been out for like 2 days. You haven't practiced at all. You have to come back and you have to practice.
Can't say no to coach.
I mean, you can. You have options. So
yeah, true. I can say no to coach.
If you had any money, I would say you could use that, but you don't.
Do not. No.
If you had any, you don't have anybody else to do favors for you, so that won't work.
No.
So the only other options that you have would be to, well, you couldn't split your scene because what you want to do is you want to talk with Dr. Jones, and you can't do that if you're not even there. So the only thing you could do would be to say no or to go.
Yeah, so I'm going to say my goodbyes and go for gold and everything. After 2 days, it's going to be noticeable. No wonder the people and the embalmers weren't paying attention to my muscles and everything.
Well, what level's your coach?
He is a level 2.
So he's a level 2, which means, so essentially if you said no, you would deal him 1 strain and you would recover up to 4 free time back. So, and then you could just go about your business and then you can deal with him later if you want to.
I think I do want to.
The reason I'm saying it is because he's not strained or anything. So if you go and devote a scene to him, it's just to get your free time back. But you can get free time back in exchange for straining him, get free time back, and then just continue to be in the scene.
Yeah, but I'm also concerned that after this scene, there'll be more mobile, active things going on. So I kind of think I want to have more free time for that, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Martin, you'd go with Hector. I thought Leo would go with Hector to go help a dude. because that seems like an active thing, like saving a dude from being tailed.
Well, it's kind of not, because Hector gets there and it really was just him being paranoid. But he devoted his team to one of his bonds, and so he got his free time back. So.
And Hector is the god of protectors, so I mean,
exactly. So that's why he got called.
Kind of what I do.
I'm pretty confident Hector can protect one satyr.
Yeah.
But
so essentially, what I'm saying, Martin, is that you can take yourself out of the next scene and get 4 free time back, or you can strain him and get 4 free time back.
I think I want to take myself out of the next scene and get 4 free time back, and then keep straining him for something more urgent, I guess. You know?
Okay. I mean, you hadn't strained him yet, so I wasn't sure if that was your plan going forward. Sometimes the mundane bonds, people are like, I don't even know, like, I'm probably like the only reason that you have them at high level is so that you can ignore them, essentially. So it's like, because like otherwise you're like, what am I going to ask my coach to go do? Like, what?
I can also see Leo wanting to distance himself from this as much as possible.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah,
all right, well,
I'm still embarrassed, so I do want to go to something that's familiar. And
Don't look at me.
Gets you double the level back, so you would get up to 4. So what's your max free time?
That it might be 5. Let's see, max is 5. Yes. So,
all right, so you're getting 4 back though for devoting that scene. All right, cool. So Damani went and did that and helped Phil more comfortable. Martin went to practice. Crystal, you're at 0 as well.
Yes.
So you have the option of spending. I'm going to say actually this time. Actually, no, your cultists are still. They still want you to come back.
Okay.
So essentially, you can spend 2 more wealth and get 2 free time back if you want again. But then that's going to leave you at 0. But that would allow you to be part of the next scene, which would be down in the basement after the event is over, so that then you're allowed to re-enter.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the 2 wealth.
Okay.
I'm going to spend the 2 wealth.
All right. That sounds wonderful. All right, cool. So this is what everybody's looking like right now. Crystal 1-0, Martin 4-0, Damani 6-0, Ray 1-1. So looking good. Y'all running out of money real fast. Jeez, y'all just broke as hell over here. All right,
getting a seagull its own phone is expensive.
Absolutely.
That's expensive. That is expensive.
You know what the insurance is on that?
Adam, you have to make it now a family plan. It's like, all
right, you got to figure out how to spell his name.
Waterproof case.
And Dr. Cricket then are down in the basement / embalming room, talking with Dr. Jones. So what are you trying to get out of this exchange with Dr. Jones?
I mean, I feel like Kayla, right, wants to learn the tale of what the Oracle Industries is trying to do.
Okay.
And then basically it would be Kayla's intent to, right, because Kayla was able to tell that she is, I mean, was Kayla able to tell she was involved with the satyrs? Like, I'm trying to remember what level of knowledge Kayla has at this point about her involvement with anything. I know I made the first roll, but I can't remember after the second.
No, you got a lot out of that. Remember, it was that she's kind of the head of the research into trying to learn how to dispose of outside bodies.
And is that connected to the satyr kidnappings? Do I know that or no?
I mean, it's connected. Well, she specifically had been researching satyrs recently.
Gotcha.
But overall, her large plan,
the larger Ooga Booga plan,
how to get rid of outsider bodies without detection.
So I think Kayla's intent will be to build enough rapport with her to where she then feels comfortable either giving up enough information that's actionable, right? So like we could go do something, and or ideally becoming a double agent. That Kayla could convince her to become a double agent.
Okay.
And because she's this way for a year. So I feel like
let's make this an influence and discipline roll.
Cool.
And does Dr. Cricket want to help? Is Dr. Cricket in there helping with this effort or?
Yeah, she would be helping with this.
So Kayla, what is your discipline and what is your influence?
4 and 4.
Oh crap! Well, yeah.
I was
gonna say,
good.
do a teamwork thing, then it might be helpful. But at this point, no, your role is much better.
Kayla's going to talk to people unless she's telling teenagers about dead people. That's really like she's really good with adults. Teenagers with dead people, she's bad at. So.
All right, yeah, go for it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
I had 2 10s.
Nice. That is how you do it right there.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that is enough.
Cool. I'll spend a fragment to get more if it makes her.
No, that's enough. That's enough. Well, cool. So you were wanting to get information on. Wait, you want her to like basically give you actionable information, and possibly for her to become a double agent.
Yes, that was the goal, to get those things to happen.
Yeah, with that number of successes. Well, actually, what I'll say is, hold on, let me take that back.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that Pantheon die back. So instead of your boost goes to making her the double agent.
Perfect.
So yeah. No, she kind of tells you that the Oracle Institute, I mean, what she's in charge of is disposal, right? So she doesn't necessarily know all the ins and outs of what they're doing with the outsiders. But she's in charge of the entire division of people who are trying to find ways to dispose of those bodies. And they've gotten an influx of satyrs recently, so that's why she's been working with different chemical compounds in order to do that, specifically to their body, because there's a weird signature to their body that's different than other outsiders, and it reacts differently to some different chemicals. And so, and she gives you the whole spiel, and the two of you obviously understand everything that she says, because it is both science and funeral related. So it's all great.
Are we able to learn if all of the people that have been kidnapped are all now dead? Like, is that anything we're able to figure out when she describes the bodies, or do we have to?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And she also, she doesn't talk about the little girl and the woman. It's just body number 1, body number 2, body number 3. She's very clinical, very scientific about it.
Can she describe the height? I mean, can we get that information out of her?
She does talk about the different chemical compounds that she's used on large bodies versus small bodies.
Okay.
But from that, you don't even necessarily know if she's talking about adults and children, or if she's talking about large outsiders and small outsiders.
Okay.
It's hard to tell from some of her phrasing.
Because it's just weird.
Because she's just totally non-emotional about any of it. I mean, except that she feels bad about it now.
Yeah, now maybe she's even disassociating. If she didn't feel so bad, she'd be able to say there was a little girl.
Yeah, I think that's
so guilty that it all becomes widget 1 was.
You rolled too well here.
I rolled too well. That's it. So Kayla's
it's a curse.
Kayla's to Dr. Cricket and be like, do you know what she's? What else should we ask? I don't know exactly what she's saying. I mean, I know what she's saying.
If Cricket, if you want to make let's say a knowledge and perception roll, then you might be able to decipher what she's saying in medical jargon.
Sure.
Scientific jargon.
We'll do that. I got 6 dice.
Yeah. See, I assumed you'd have a lot. As soon as I said knowledge, I knew you'd have a lot of dice. So, but that just applies. You guys keep doing stuff that play to your strength. It's crazy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
How does that work in an RPG? What? I'm gonna do the stuff I'm good at? What?
So I only got 2 successes, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna say you are able to decipher that she is talking about that she is both talking about large and small outsiders as well as adult and child specimens.
Okay. And then I would like to do one more thing.
Go for it.
I would like to, again, see connections.
Okay. So spend a fragment then?
Yep.
And then what's your question?
I would like to know, one, if she is connected with Max.
Okay. Connected to Max. She hates Max.
Oh, she hates him.
She hates Max.
Okay. That's interesting. And then I would like to see if she is connected with...
You guys have one Pantheon die.
Oh, yeah. Can I use a Pantheon die for this or no?
I'll go for it. We're getting a lot of good stuff here.
Okay.
All right, Giff.
Okay, so I would like to use a Pantheon. We're going to get one back anyway because I'm not going to activate any of my curses this one. So we're going to get one back. I would like to see if she is connected. Like, she may not know she's connected, but is she connected with Ulysses, Kim, Russell, Jamal, or Shantae?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
She personally dissolved Jamal's body.
Okay. All right.
And then I get, oh, sorry.
No, you kind of see like Dr. Cricket's face just kind of like, and then like her demeanor just goes back again, like like she all of a sudden did like the quick math and it added like she tried to divide by 0 and it just didn't work.
Error.
All right.
Very cool. But she is willing to the role. If you want her to find something out in the Oracle Institute for you, then you've made her a double agent. So do you want her to be on the lookout for something or to find out information on something?
I mean, Kayla doesn't know what to do because as far as Kayla understands it, all of these satyrs are dead. So, like, there is some version where they find a way to get inside of Oracle Institute and stop making them do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not part of her understanding of how the world works. She's like, I can find it out, but I don't know, like, right? Like, so I think Kayla would want to say, like, you know, some version of like, you know, I understand, and we're going to help you. We're going to help you make things right. But the thing that you can do to help us right now is you have to go back there and you have to just maintain. And you're strong enough to do it. I know you can do it. You just have to go back there, and we're going to reach out to you as soon as I possibly can, and we're going to help you make this right. But for right now, this is bigger than we can figure out tonight.
And she says, yes, totally. That sounds like a plan. I will wait for further word from you. I'm so glad we did this.
I am too. I think it's tough. I think it's tough being in a position of authority as a woman. And I know sometimes we just keep our heads down and get the thing done.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy to see that you've turned a page, and I know you're going to rest much easier moving forward. And Kayla will give her a hug if she's a hugger or not. I mean,
she like feigns being a hugger.
Fine. Kayla's fine with it. Totally fine.
You guys kind of like have a connection. She's like, sure.
Yeah. Kayla's going to work her over for years. I'm going to spend extra on her. She'll be like
yeah, she does not hug Cricket. So.
That's fine.
No, Cricket doesn't want any hugs.
But she's like, yeah, okay, yeah. Dr. Cricket. And then, it's like,
Dr. Cricket.
That I think that worked out pretty good. I think that's good. Did you did Dr. Cricket want to do anything else, or you guys good? All right, very cool.
So Kayla will turn to Cricket and be like, "Are you okay?" After she leaves.
No. Oh, after she leaves? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like
no, she Jamal is dead. She dissolved him.
I thought that's what she was getting at, but I wasn't certain. Ugh. And Kayla will start crying and kind of like put her head down a little bit and just look kind of defeated.
And Cricket being, emotionally so unavailable, it's just gonna be like, there. I don't know how to handle this.
And pretty much the moment that you do, like Kayla like pops her head up and she looks completely composed. She almost looks embarrassed that she broke, right?
Yeah.
Like so.
All right.
She got it out.
Yeah.
It was really quick.
She did in this moment.
Yeah. So Jamal for reference was the small boy who was kidnapped.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
I mean, that makes it less cool, but yes, that's just how it was. So there you go. And he was taken about a month ago, a little bit before Shantae was.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
that's for reference. And then Russell had been taken 2 months ago. Kim had been taken 3 months ago. Ulysses, though, was only 3 days ago.
So there's
I believe that's all of them.
there's some
There's another one named Michael, but you guys don't have any information on Michael.
Okay. And just so I know, I'm clear, Lloyd, because I think I was confused.
Yeah.
We, in the conversation with her, we were not able to determine who is still alive.
No, because she doesn't have names and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she's working with body 1, body 2, probably more like body CRX45, so like it gets like a code number or whatever. Again, it's to further disassociate so that it's easier to treat it like it's not a person. So
Monster. So I think we're going to try to connect with probably. Well, no, Hector's got to do his. Oh, he did his thing. I guess the guy was just freaking out.
Yeah. You guys all did your stuff because Hector was literally just. Philip was paranoid, but it was nothing.
Like checked up on Philip. Sorry, I scared the shit out of a homeless dude, though. My bad.
Yes, you almost beat up a dude.
Oh,
Not
I am so sorry.
So I think Kayla will send a text out to everyone that says, "Found out a lot. We definitely need to talk. Nothing. I think we can do tonight.
Yeah,
because it's later and like everyone's stressed out, lack of free time, like and it takes a while. It takes a while to convince a bunch of satyr to assault a company.
Yeah.
like basically, it's going to be Hector riding some sort of bear with a spear, and we're going to blow up their factory. I think that's where this leads. Some version of a bear and a spear.
All right. Well, then, yeah, we'll say that whatever the next scene is going to be in the next day or so. But so we're going to say like what you guys are going to meet up the next day because it's late and whatnot, right?
Cricket's going to get called into work because I didn't activate my curse, so I lose a free time. But we gave.
I got you. I got you.
And yeah,
Trust
so
me, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's going to put you to. That essentially puts you to 0.
Yep.
Right. And then, all right, cool. So the next day, you guys all wake up and whatnot. And then essentially you said that you need to talk, Kayla. So you guys are going to go to meet up essentially at wherever you're going to do. And I'm not going to make you pay anything for moving. You guys, meet at your bar,
the soul food restaurant.
Yeah, your little soul food restaurant. Yeah, I remember that now. I'm trying to remember where we put that.
I don't remember. I know it
Oh, no,
exists.
that's right. No, it was like 10-1. It was 1-10, and it was like all the way. No, it was 10-1, so it was all the way at the end, up in the upper corner. So yeah, so Ray can go there. It's 1 free time for the scene. Damani can go there. It's 1 free time. Martin can go there. It's 1 free time. And then, oops, Crystal. So you're on your way.
Yep.
And your cultists are still asking for your assistance.
Cultists are so needy.
And you do not have any money to stave them off right now.
Nope.
So you can either deny them, and you'll get your 2 free time back, but they will be strained, which will put them at full straining, which means if they get strained another time, then they drop down a level.
Yeah, I need to go down. I need to spend.
Or you have to go hang out with them.
Yeah, I gotta go hang out with the math nerds.
Okay. Or you can essentially go hang out with them, but you can like teleconference into the meeting. So you can also do that. And that would be splitting your attention, which is one of the things you can do, which would get you the same amount of free time because you have such a low free time. So it would still net you the same 2 that you would get by devoting the scene. The only thing about splitting your attention, though, is that when you devote a scene, they heal 1 strain. If you split attention, you have to roll to see if they do. And you already have a thing that it's going to suck anyway because your people don't heal right.
No. All right. No, I'm going to let them know that I have business to take care of.
Okay.
And that I will catch up with them later.
All right. So you do not make it there. You're going to devote the scene. And then let me check and see if you heal 1, and then because it's a thing, it's worded weird. So hold on. I was the one that worded it, I know, but still, it's worded weird. Let me see. So anytime that you would cause a strain, roll a die, you might cause an additional strain. Let's see. When devoting a scene to a bond in hopes of healing, you don't automatically heal 1. You have to roll a d10. On a roll of a 1 or a 2, you do not heal it, but they heal it back unless the roll is a 1 or a 2.
Okay. Oh, it's a 5. Thank goodness.
Okay. So they will still heal 1 back. So
okay.
You are good. So now they only have 2 strain on them. And that's this game. And Warlock's fate are terrible. They're horrible to all their people. They're just like I kind of almost would have wanted you to pick the demon. The demon has a fun blessing as an archetype that is essentially anytime you send somebody out on like a lead follow-up, whenever they come back, you roll a die. And most of the time you'll get like an extra like little bonus thing. But sometimes you'll hurt them more because that's fun. Because you're the demon, because it happens. And I think the name of that blessing is I think I actually have it right here. Hold on. The name of that one is its own reward. So essentially serving me is its own reward, even it doesn't matter. I'll still hurt you more. So yeah,
thank you.
On a 1 or a 2. So this is what happens. Anytime you send somebody to do something, whenever they come back, on a roll of a 1 or a 2, the attachment suffers an additional strain. On a 3 or a 4, you lose a Pantheon die.
Ooh.
So there's that. But on a 5 or a 6, you get a Pantheon die. 7 or an 8, they heal an additional strain. Or a 9 and a 10, you get a Pantheon die and they heal. So it's actually really awesome if you roll well. And if you don't roll well, then sucks to be you with that one. I guess, essentially. All right, so... But what that does is devoting that scene is brought you back up. Now you're at 2-0, 3-0, 5-0, and 0-1 is where we're at with all these characters now. All right, cool. So the Kayla, Hector, and Leo meet up at the Soul Food restaurant to discuss what is going on.
All right. So, right, Kayla like leans in and like looks around. And normally when you have conversations at the soul food restaurant, she doesn't do this. Like normally you're talking about weird stuff and probably like the servers know like those people, that's a weird group of people talking about weird stuff. But this is like
I bet they're gamers or something.
Yeah, there's nothing up with that. That is a motley crew, if I've ever seen them. So Kayla's like, Hector, I think I'm pretty sure, and then I apologize to Lloyd. She will name, Ulysses. I'm pretty sure all of the satyrs, except for Ulysses, are dead, and Ulysses is probably dead. What the Oracle, it's Oracle Institute, Eloy? My brain is
Oracle Institute, yeah.
What the Oracle Institute is doing and why they were at my Hill House is that they're working on how to dispose of outsider bodies, and they wanted to use my funeral home as like a way to make that more efficient. They're like looking for a place to get rid of evidence. So I don't know what to do about that. And the only silver lining is the doctor that was there last night. She has a new hope, and her hope is that she's gonna undo all the evil that she did and tear down Oracle Industries. And she's also our double agent. She's still pretending to be part of that. This is absurd. So we have someone on the. This is the dumbest thing I've ever. Is it too early? Can I have a mimosa? Can I have a mimosa, please? Right. So she orders like.
I assume nobody was ordering anything because
Kayla's the only one who can order stuff.
Right.
Right. Like, can I have a mimosa, please? Like she's ordering lunch because this.
Like,
is,
I'm just
you just have to.
Absolutely. So I don't know what to do, but that's what is happening. Ulysses might still be alive, and I think I could get us in there to check, but I'm not sure. I'm not much for sneaking around evil scientific facilities.
So there's a lengthy pause as Hector's kind of taking it all in.
And like Kayla will reach out and like hold people's hands if they look like troubled. Right? She does that for anyone who needs.
Yeah, she's good at this. This is exactly
you almost imagine it's probably even for her, right? To feel like this moment.
It's like, and I've known Kayla long enough. It's like, okay, yes. But it's like, where?
So we can find I can text the doctor and she'll tell us where that place is.
Okay, and are we sure?
I think that probably the last thing in the world that woman ever wanted to do is the thing that I'm making her do. So yeah, I'm pretty damn sure. He might be dead, but I'm pretty damn sure this is real.
Okay. Dead or not, I think I owe it to these families to give them some closure. So please find out where.
Sure. And then what? Not arguing. Just trying to.
It's like, I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
I had a dream about you riding a bear holding a spear, but I probably shouldn't have shared that.
Oh well, that was a one-time thing. It's like a little bit of tequila involved. I don't.
I think it was a mechanical ball. Anyway.
Oh, well, that did happen actually, but
I know.
again, neither here nor there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And I took my spear back.
I forgot you had a spear. That's rad. I totally forgot you had one. I'm not that smart.
So we have concluded that the Oracle Institute disposal laboratory is located at point 610, which is right next to the math cult.
Oh.
I mean, I think. We know that where it is. This is where it is. Are we ready to do this? Do we have her sneak us in at night? Do we?
Okay.
No, this is where the disposal laboratory is. So this is where the destroying of the bodies and stuff happens, not necessarily where the stuff that's happening to the bodies to kill them.
No, I understand. Yeah. This is like the end of the thread.
Right. This is the end of the thread. Exactly.
Okay. I know we can't just go in kicking down the door and throwing stuff around, which
You can
sounds
leave
like a really good idea right now.
She can leave the back door open, probably.
Okay. We need to
An
come up.
upstairs window.
Getting some feedback there.
I'm getting feedback. I'm
So,
sorry.
on somebody's.
Weird.
Is it me? Possibly.
I don't hear it when you say it.
All right, I will talk again.
I am muted on
I don't know.
on Twitch.
That's bizarre.
So I think I heard you, Ray. You said maybe we can just have her leave a door unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leo will chime or an upstairs window.
Yeah. Whatever. Sure. Whatever works.
It's like, okay. I fully acknowledge that this is a time where we need more level heads to prevail. So we need to come up with a plan. Because if it were up to me, I would go there, tear off the goddamn door, and burn the whole building down.
I mean,
That's fair.
I think that's fine. Chemicals are very explosive.
Not that isn't a very good plan for people who are trying to dispose of bodies.
Thank you, Leo.
But okay, how can Kayla? Does your contact know, or is she able to tell us where they are treated and experimented on when they're alive before they come to her lab?
It didn't come up. I'll be honest. I didn't really ask her. She was pretty burnt out, pretty strained by the time I spoke to her. I'm certain we could find that information on site. If not through her, we could. If we could get access to somebody who delivered the bodies, I'm fairly certain we could follow that to where it comes from. I mean, there's a lot of people there who need redemption, so I guess that's the ship I'm selling.
It's not a bad plan.
And okay, if we're going to be stealthy about this, and if they are experimenting on multiple outsiders, or not, if not stealthy, then find a way to get ourselves in. Maybe I could pop my wings out and pass myself off as some kind of outsider, and try to go in myself while you guys use that as a distraction or other technique.
Well, we saw with Dr. Cricket, her and I saw together that they send in like goon squads, like professional, like tactically trained, like have you seen like those really tacky shows on Netflix, like action movies? I don't really like them. My brother likes them. I don't really like them. But like those guys, right? Like those guys who like have Kevlar on, I think it's Kevlar.
The dudes with the armor, the tattoos, the serious.
Yeah. I think they're called goons.
What I'll also say is that you didn't get the sense that she's connected with, retrieval or anything like that.
Yeah, it seems like.
But also, even just a cursory glance, like a cursory search on the internet of the Oracle Institute, like not only are they a multinational corporation with laboratories in like almost every country, but even in town there's like a dozen different locations that all either work or subcontract for them. So it's like it's not even as easy as just like where is the Oracle Institute, because they're kind of like
they're everywhere.
They're kind of everywhere at this point, and each one of the facilities does something different.
So Leo, I think we can probably find closure for these satyrs the best we can, and then I think we can probably make this portion of the organization no longer work, right? Like break that part down. I don't know if we could take care of it all. No, we certainly couldn't just with us, but it's a start.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Dr. Cricket, maybe she could like join them, right? Like become a triple agent. Is that what that would be? I don't know. I think it's still a double agent.
If it's technically a triple agent, does that mean you're facing where you were before? I never understood that.
I really don't enjoy mysteries at all.
I mean, it's no Sweet Valley High, but
Those are fine. They always had ice cream at the end. It was great. Where are we going to get ice cream? Well, you don't have any money for ice cream, so I guess I'm buying the damn ice cream.
Yeah, I told you should have read more Hardy Boys. That probably would have helped us a little bit here.
Yeah. Another man with no money. That's fine.
All right. So what you guys are basically coming to is that you need a plan of some sort.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily, like, the three of you seem to not actually know how to do that. Like,
I think
we know how to do it, just poorly.
I think there's probably some version, right, of like legitimately she leaves a coin in the door, and we go into the door. She's like, go to this back door, and then we go in, and then like figure it out. Like,
I will say that I will say that you could ask her to do that, and she will say yes, and I wouldn't even make you roll because you did so well before. So
I feel like we could maybe for these characters we don't have a better plan. Maybe Hector's pissed off, and we need to do something, and we do that because that gets us in the place.
Caleb feels invested. Hector is pissed. I don't know how Leo feels about it. How does Leo feel about all this?
Leo was pretty shocked too. For the people to be missing for months, it's a lot. But Leo was pretty horrified too that people would do something like that, and so many would be involved and try to cover that up. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So here would be my suggestion as the GM. I say all of you should go to work this next scene. Then everybody will replenish your wealth, and just wealth, actually, I think. Hold on. Crystal's just going to replenish wealth. You're a scientist, right? Scientist. Previous. Search is fine. Search is fine. So you would replenish 4 wealth.
Yep.
Crystal. Then Martin, your physical. Where's physical? I should use the tabs here. All right, so athlete is 4 wealth, so you're going to get 4 wealth back. And actually, you'll get 1 free time back as well.
Excellent.
So Martin's up to 4/4. Damani, you'll get 3 and 1, but I think 5's your max free time, correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right, so you're just going to get your.
I'm
3
sorry.
wealth.
6. 6 is max free time.
Oh, well, then you do get 1 more then. Okay, so you're at 6/3, and then Ray Mortician, you would get your 3. You get 1 and 3.
Okay. And I can't remember, Aloy, but I know that my workplace does something special too.
In what way?
I'm trying to remember. I'm just looking now.
It acts as a landmark bond, if that's what you're talking about.
No, there was like some other weird thing that I did with it. I'll find out.
Okay. I mean, your blessing is that you get +1 deception when applying believable makeup.
Oh yeah, no. This is something that, like, I guess you had like expanded rules for.
Did you make it workplace?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then, yeah, that's a whole different.
I don't remember where that is. Job site? Is that job site?
Job site. Is that what it's
Yes,
called?
that is what it is.
Okay. Yes, job site. There you go. You have trading shifts, picking up hours, getting a raise.
So yeah, so I will do trading shifts, I think is what I would want to do, right?
Let me see.
That gives me once per session I can go to work and receive both full well and full free time.
So you would have hearth and home turf, but hold on.
Yep.
Oh, so, that's a typo. It's supposed to have that this bond does not have hearth or home turf advantage, but affects territory as usual, and then you get those 3 things.
Oh, so I don't get bonus dice.
In essence, well, you don't get the home turf advantage or the hearth. Hearth means that you can strain it to heal faster there.
Gotcha.
And home turf is when you're operating there, you can get bonus dice within there. But
Okay,
instead, you get trading shifts, picking up hours, and getting a raise. So
yeah, so I mean, I wanted to. That's what I thought I'd done. I apologize for not knowing that. I
actually didn't know that you had made it that, but that's cool because I like using new and customized rules. So it's
yeah, so I think I think what Kayla would do is she would go and take a shift from her brother because he went out last night and was social, right? He went out drinking, trying to pick up like other mortician ladies.
Okay.
And he's a little hungover this morning. And so is my father. My father was the patrician there, right? And he also got a little too drunk. So I'm going to go pick up a shift, and then it does what? 1 strain to the place.
Right. So instead of getting 1 free time and 3 wealth back, if you strain it, you'll get 3 and 3.
That's what I'll do, just to make sure that I'm set for the future. That seems cool. Right. So I'm at 3 and 4 then total. That's good.
3 and 3.
Oh yeah, because I bought mimosa.
You bought a mimosa. Yeah.
I apologize. I had forgotten. I did not update my character sheet for mimosa.
It's okay. And actually, I think we're gonna call it there, and then we will invade the place tomorrow. Mostly because my wife just texted me and said, she can't get my son to go to bed. So apparently I have to. We're gonna cut it short. I'm only cutting it short like 15 minutes, so it's not like that's big of a deal. And honestly, going in and doing all the stuff might have taken much longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. And then next time we'll go into the facility and stuff. So that'll be a lot of fun. And we won't have to spend so much time catching up again, trying to remember everything that was happening, because we're gonna actually go back onto a schedule. Most likely.
What do you mean?
You know us.
What happens?
You know us. Okay, so everybody gets an XP for showing up.
Yay!
Did anybody use bonds in an interesting way, a memorable or extra fun way? Did anybody use their any of their attachments in a fun way?
I kind of enjoyed watching the shenanigans with the cultist.
Actually, I really liked that. And one more thing too. This scene is when your stuff would have come back. Actually, last scene is when your stuff would have come back, Crystal.
Okay.
So on the satyrs, actually, hold on. I didn't actually roll the dice for them. So all your cultists would have come back to the scene that you spent with them.
Okay, cool.
So, and I got 0 successes on both rolls.
Ugh.
Worst cultist ever.
Worst cultists ever because they took a penalty to the first one, and then the second one was also a penalty because it sucks. I'm sorry, but yeah, I had 2 dice to roll on each one, and I rolled a 4 and a 6 and a 1 and a 5.
Oh.
So nothing. I got nothing. So
All right.
They came back and they said none of us are dead, but we tried to follow the satyrs, but they were much faster than us. And we tried to find information on the missing people, but Carlos got arrested, so we got distracted.
All right.
I'm just gonna say that. So I'm sorry. I wish I had rolled better, and then I would have given you better information. But
No, that
yeah,
was actually hilarious. So
Damn it, Carlos.
this shows you what your cultists are worth here. Unless you're using them for their worshiper thing, it's not worth it.
one of the nights I spend with them at some point is going to be how not to get arrested by the police.
I think that's fair. Also, when you send, here's also the thing too. When you send your group bonds, like your mortal group bonds, remember when I have you like roll dice to see how fast they come back? They come back faster than your worshipers do. Because your worshipers aren't made really for that. They're made to use them for their divine things. But you can send regular people and they come back at least 2 scenes sooner. Yeah. So, you might want to, Leo might want to be like, hey, coach, like, I kind of would like it. Can you check into this thing for me? Because, it's just weird. And you might not want to let him in on why you want him to check in on it. But, ask him to check in on it.
I heard some weird stuff about drug use or
Exactly.
something. And
Performance enhancing drug.
Exactly. Oh yeah. If I need more information on drug stuff from the Oracle Institute and all that stuff, and that would be an easy way to send him to investigate into the Oracle Institute. And what it is whenever you roll for your worshipers, they come back in 6 minus the number of successes you get scenes. So if you roll 2 successes, they come back in 4 scenes. But your regular mortal bonds, they come back in 4 minus your successes.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so they do come back faster because they don't have anything else special that they do. Like that's all they can do. Like the worshipers, they have cool extra things. All right, cool. So there's that. So the bond scenes, I agree with you, Damani. So somebody gets that. Let me see. Did any players use their curses to add drama or give the group a way out of a problem or introduce new ones?
Cricket and Rio, maybe?
I like Crystal's use of her curse when it was just like, we're here, you're kicked out, damn it.
Let me tell you why you all suck.
And I think Martin should get it too for having it up on stage.
Yes.
Oh, that was glorious.
Totally.
While everyone laughed at him. All right, cool. So the Spotlight Award, is there one character who might have taken charge, was an effective leader, or shined during the session?
Kayla.
Yeah, Kayla.
I would agree. Kayla kind of you stole the show on this one. Teamwork Award.
Break into a place.
No, exactly. Yes, next session when they try to break into a place, Kayla's gonna fail every roll, I'm sure.
It involves some physical stuff. We got you back.
All right, so Teamwork Award, I don't think is gonna really go to anybody. There wasn't really a ton of teamwork in this session. Memorable moment. Did any player in the group make anyone go like, that's awesome, or whoa, like, or was it like, were we all aghast at how cool something was or fun? If not, it's cool. We can move on past that.
I mean, I think brainwashing the already brainwashed person is pretty good. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think that one was cool just for the sheer amazing role that he got.
No, math stopped. Legitimately, I was like, oh. I guess this is happening.
Right? I also like that you were like, I will spend a fragment to get more if that helps.
Fragments will always help.
I have a strong gamer belief that if you do something well and you have a choice to make that thing that goes well even go absurdly more well, you spend that resource. Yeah. Like what every time, because it's absurd, right?
Why be conservative? I also noticed that like we ended up with 0 Pantheon pools, so you guys did a better job this time of using the Pantheon pool than you guys did last session. I think we ended last session with like 5. And I'm like, guys, use this stuff, use it.
It goes away.
You guys are like, oh, you want us to use it?
I think seeing like the back and forth of it this session really helped. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely activating some curses.
I was like, you can use it for a miracle.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you can do that exactly.
I don't know what to do.
I'll make the entire building float into the air, and we can get in that way.
It makes a path open up that doesn't solve it, but it gives you a door when perhaps before that there wasn't a door. Right? That's great.
So for memorable moment, I'm gonna push for Crystal to get it as well. I think that the scene of her totally not understanding flirting, I thought was a memorable moment.
That was rad.
So I would say you get the XP for that as well.
No, I will say I was not actually acting. I am really actually that bad.
That wasn't Cricket. That was Crystal.
That was actually Crystal. Like my husband is like, no, I had to hit you with like a Mack truck with a note on it that just said on the front, you know, will you date me? Yes or no? And you still missed it.
It works out. And then the last one is there a lesson to be learned? Did your characters learn a lesson? If you can tell me a lesson your character learned, you get an XP.
No character is an island, and you definitely need to rely on your teammates.
I think that's fair.
Putting yourself out there, even when you get embarrassed, sometimes nets unexpected rewards.
The world is a profoundly corrupt place and broken beyond understanding. Kayla now exists in a state of existential dread. Imagine, right? You're hanging out living your life and you're like, I make people's travel plans feel nice. And then you're like, there's a multi-global conspiracy putting people in a sausage maker. Cool. What am I going to do with that? Yum.
Wow.
So how's your day been going? Wow.
It's a bad day for Kayla.
And Crystal, did the Cricket not learn anything?
I'm going to say that Cricket learned that people just don't like and appreciate the truth of math.
Some people don't like fat.
You try to get these people to understand that math is life, and they just don't get it.
Now, whether I actually get an experience point for that or not, I'm totally okay with. But
I say you do. It's a playful point. It's just like if you can make up something, you get a thing. It's fine. All right, cool. So mark down those, and if you guys have a good amount now, because that's 2 sessions. If you were looking to get something, the costs are on page 130 of the core book. And if you need any assistance or anything to on how you would want to spend them or anything, let me know.
Sneaking?
What's that?
I said sneaking.
Yeah. You know what your guys are going to go into next session, so it might not be a bad plan.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, so if you a skill levels 4 XP or 8 if you're trying to get level 5. Manifestations are 8 XP or 15 if you're trying to get level 5.
Oh wow.
Specialties are 3. So here's a cool thing is that you can add +1 to a blessing or curse. That's one of my favorite things for 5 XP. So if, for instance, if you do like, like Kayla gets +1 to make disguises, you can be like, hey, I want a +2 now to make disguises. That's awesome.
Oh, that reminds me, we get to break into there wearing like jumpsuits. We can have give us like jumpsuits outside the rack so we can look like cable people, which is one of my favorite things to do in a role-playing game is sneak in places looking like cable repair people.
Yeah. And specifically for characters like yours, Crystal, adding +1 to a curse can be helpful because you are going to always be activating curses. So instead of getting 1 Pantheon die, you'd get 2 when you do yours. So spending that is not a bad plan since you're already planning on spending a lot and using lots of curses. So you might be like, well, I'll spend 5 on this curse. And as soon as I get 5 more, I'll spend it on this curse and just bump up your character. And that only goes up to 2. You can only do a curse up to 2. Your bonuses that you get for your blessings can go up to 3. So, but your curse
does that go for the Drifting Kingdoms one? Could I make a new spot be up to +3?
No, it's blessings that give you either a skill bonus or a Pantheon die bonus.
Gotcha. Okay.
It doesn't work for the theology one, sadly.
I mean, Cricket's. I'm actually going to be spending spending XP on free time. So
there you go. So free time is where is that? Oh, it's
3.
the new level +3. So you have 2 free time now. So you're going to 3. So it's 3 + 3. So you need to spend 6 to bump that up.
Yep.
So you can be now up to 3. So that's awesome. Yeah. Did you just do that?
Yes, I'm going to do that now, and then I have 2 extra XP to spend.
Cool. You can't get anything for 2, sadly, but next session.
Yep.
Also, Kayla, if you wanted to make Dr. Sasha Jones an actual bond, you can do that. That's 5 XP to make her an actual bond if you really wanted to. Like if you wanted to keep her around, you know what I mean? Otherwise, it's like she's going to be around for this and then she's gone.
Yeah, I feel like although we're not going to be playing for years, I feel like Kayla would have her as a bond because eventually Kayla has to destroy this evil organization.
I think so, but I'm throwing that out there. Yeah,
Kayla has to keep her in the pocket, right?
You know what? As a matter of fact, hold on, because I have rules here for upgrades without spending XP. Let me see. So through story events, the gods come into contact with tons of new places, groups, and people. Sometimes these attachments become a part of the character's life, even if they didn't ask for it. So yeah, actually, I'm going to give you a level 1 bond with Sasha. You don't have to buy that.
And if can I spend more to get it stronger?
You can make it stronger. Yeah, if you want.
Cool. I like that.
Because there's a good thing to having her as a bond. Right? Because it strengthens that relationship and it allows you to use her and get her to do things. The bad part is that if anything happens to her, you will feel that.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
So that's the bad part of that.
No, listen, 100%.
Yes.
I think right in some narrative, Kayla every once in a while has like some brainwashed person who's like on her team.
Yeah.
And then, like, I just can't get out of bed anymore. And I'm like, oh.
But that is why, that's why I wrote it that way. I wrote it as like, these people will become a part of your life, even if you don't want it. Because it's not always under your control who gets close to you and then who you feel bad if something bad happens to them.
That's cool.
So yeah. So there you go.
Dr. What?
Yeah, and I even have it here. That said, the GM should only grant level 1 attachments for free. If the player likes it, then they can enhance it with XP. If they don't like it, they should be reminded that cutting someone off from their life incurs failings.
All right.
So, and failings can be fun. Failings can be fun depending upon the concept.
Listen, I think it's great.
So there you go. And yeah, so wait. So and then so new dominions are 25 XP. I assume nobody's gotten that yet.
Not yet.
10 XP for a bond of level 5, 5 for level 1 through 4. Relics are 7 XP per level, but there is no doubling at level 5. New truths are 10. So if you guys are like, I want something else to be true about my character based on these 2 sessions we've done, that's 10 XP, and it's 7 XP for a new vassal or worshiper level, or 13 for a level 5. And also you have to keep track of how many you've accumulated in total as well.
Okay.
So don't like write it down and erase it. We need to know how many you've gotten, because as soon as you hit 50, you go up to Spark 2.
Oh, cool. XP and XP spent.
Yeah, 10 total. I'm sorry, 50 total XP, whether you spent it or not. As soon as you've accumulated 50, you go up to Spark 2.
Oh,
and then 100, you get up to Spark 3, 150 Spark 4, 200 Spark 5. So the more you do, the stronger you become, and then it gets ridiculous when you get up there.
You and Aloy, you helped me out by telling us about what were they? The relics. Because Kayla has a key that can open any door. We don't even need her to put a coin in.
Oh, I don't know all your stuff, but you're right. Like, you wouldn't even need to call on your friend.
Well, maybe she'll like give everyone the night off, or give some people the night off, right?
That's good. That's good.
And essentially, pizza. That's always a good distraction.
And essentially, what we're gonna do is, since I gave it to you as a bond, I'll say, so what do you want her to do? Okay, cool. Now you must strain that relationship, and then she will do the thing. So that's the thing. And then if you strain it again, or if something bad happens to her after that, then she goes from a level 1 to a 0, and then it's cut off, and then it sucks. So that's why those lower level ones, they can be a burden sometimes, but they're fun. They're fun for me, if nothing else. All right, guys, thank you for coming and watching. I'm gonna turn off the thing here.